Hello everybody, welcome to CPL Match of the Week. I'm Neblime. This is Ash.Return, unless
Hello.
he's mysteriously stolen someone else's identity. Ash.Return, can you confirm?
Cannot confirm or deny.
I see. I was going to see, that's a good answer, because I was about to say tell us something on the Ash.Return, but no, and this is how we slowly build up the info and, you know, find you. But anyway, I guess it's still a mystery. We're here with more of Playoffs Round 1. Now, just to remind people, although Finals are currently being played, we're still in the first week of Playoffs in the casting, so this is the effective Week 11 of CPL. We're continuing on from yesterday's cast. We have GO.S.U versus the United Emu Directorate, and yesterday night, if you caught the cast, you would have seen Tier 0, which left the score at 4-5 to the Emus. So now we're going to look at all those Tier 1 games, see if GO.S.U can reclaim the lead, because they were ahead before, or if Emu's going to close it out. First to 10 wins the series, so technically it could end today if Emus win every single one. What do you think, Return?
Scary.
Emus, they'll get you. They'll pick you 5 times. Let's hope that's happened, because that's my team. You know I'm rooting for him. You ready to get in that first game?
I'm a biased GO.S.U caster.
Oh, this is the like head-to-head cast. The 1v1 cast.
It would be interesting. I think there are some great games in here in this patch.
Yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's check them out. I'm excited. Alright, in the top right here, in the red, we have Too Sexy For You, and the bottom right, in the yellow, we have Just-O-Lamas. Just-O-Lamas here for Emus, Too Sexy For You for GO.S.U. That's right, we're starting things off with PvP.
Classic.
Like, you know, it makes sense to start things with a mirror if this is like, you know, the head-to-head, evenly matched. Everything's fair, right? All's fair in PvP.
I personally am a big fan of mirror matchups. It's by far the most balanced matchups in the game.
Yeah, honestly, I had that preference even stronger in StarCraft 2. Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe I should just go play chess, I guess? Wait, so is there a game where, like, even the, like, starting first advantage is negated? Because obviously in chess, you know, white starts first. Is there a game out there where it's, like, it's actually 100% even?
I think that's very hard. I think in Go, you get the, like, benefit of going second, like, in points, I think.
But again, is it perfectly balanced? Surely it's like very slightly favors one side or the other.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to say like if it's balanced or if the offset is big enough. I mean, as in all games that are turn-based, there's some favoring going first, I think.
Well, let's just be glad. Tic-tac-toe says Foe Branch. I guess that's true, because it's always a forced draw if you play optimally. It's a good point. Well, I'm glad we're not playing tic-tac-toe today. We're playing PvP. It's much more complicated. Now, look at this. Just-O-Lamas hiding the scout. I mean, I don't know if that's just going to be like, you know, putting a pylon for later spotting, or if there's some reason you don't want your scout seen. On a 2-player map, I can't really imagine. Is there a proxy spot here? But if so, who's just not proxying at the natural? I don't know. I guess just thinking... Yeah?
I thought it was proxy scouting, so he was looking for if there was gateways at his third.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. You know, I just wouldn't have thought that's a likely location because it's kind of far away. And like, there's so many places on this map. This map is great for proxies, except that you're going to be scattered right away. That's the only downside. But that said, it's kind of an upside because you know your opponent's there right away.
And I think when I saw someone do proxy gateways in prior in the season, I've seen them in the natural of the enemy, and I've seen them at 12 and 6 o'clock. Never at the high ground expo.
I see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? I mean, it's not super far away. It'd still be worth doing. Oh, the gas steal going down from Just-O. Now, against 10-12, I don't know how I feel about this, because presumably Too Sexy is just going to happily make some zealots and kill it off and not really be too stressed about that, right?
Yeah, especially since it's open 2-gate, but I mean, I guess it kind of narrows the potential transitions a bit.
Well,
like,
here's the thing.
Instead of going for the Bonif 2-gate, where you get the gas at 21 and then have a 5-goon timing, you kind of have to expand.
He cancelled it anyway. He just cancelled
Yeah.
it. So it doesn't even matter really. Because you can go up to 6 zealots with this anyway. You don't have to go for the gas, right? And you know, G.O.S.U can micro the goons and whatever. It's not gonna be a huge advantage. Zealot hiding in the corner of G.O.S.U's base. I guess it was chasing the probe and got lost. So here comes Sexy Zealot, gonna come in and do some damage to these probes here.
Oh. With the probe support too. Oh.
Gets one.
Yeah, got one.
One's not too bad. Will he get 2?
Oh.
Okay.
That
Where's
was
that
close.
probe? That was close.
One hit.
Yeah, but I think one's okay. I think you're fine with losing one.
Yeah, and disrupting mining a little bit. Too.
That's true. That's true. And I would say it's a bit of a misplay by Sexy not to have his own zealot defending the choke. I mean, not that he could stop them, but he could slow it down a little bit. And his goon was only just that much later out. Now, this is the thing. Sexy does have a later gas, even despite the gas still being cancelled. So the goon count's going to favour G.O.S.U here. But you really do have to micro these zealots down to stop them from just coming and killing all your probes. You can't just leave them be.
Yeah. And we have 2 hidden zealots in the corner here. And 2 at the gate.
Playing
at the
PvZ
front.
right now. Well, they're not as hidden as they might seem. They're going to reveal themselves.
Oh.
once
So we have
again,
4
just
zealots.
Oh no, these goons! Oh, they're
In
surrounded.
retreat path.
Okay, they do get out. That was
one is
terrifying
stuck.
for a moment.
Frozen.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward. What is that zealot doing? He just started having flashbacks from, I don't know, the invasion of Aya or something. While this fight's going on, though, the most injured zealot is in the probe line. If only these probes knew how weak he really was, they could stand up to him. Okay, there you go, they got him. This is like Bug's Life playing out right here now. You know, they realize they're strong. But wait, no, that one's pretty tough. Nice drill. Now...
disrupting mining a lot here.
Yeah. And look at the comparative economies. Sexy 4 probes ahead. Now, the thing is, G.O.S.U has the goon count, but he really has to use it. The pylon's moved it down to block the expansion, but I don't think if Too Sexy was really thinking of that. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe he was. No?
And sneaky probe still in the base.
Which is better, sneaky probes or sneaky zealots? Like I said, he's playing PvZ right now, just hiding the zealots and coming in later.
Oh, and we will get away with 1 HP.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at the probe, I was looking at these zealots. Wow.
So, I think with the choke here, it's possible getting a battery too, but this is a lot of yellow stuff.
Well, there's no ramp. Yeah, that's the thing about this map. No ramp at all, so it's going to be tough. Now,
yeah, but
these
it's
zealots,
a choke.
Well, yeah, but it's not that narrow. Okay, well, 3 goons out now. Like you said, shield battery's going to finish just on time here, I think.
I would have liked the second shield battery, I think.
Really?
I mean, it's 3 goons versus 4 and a zealot and reinforcements incoming.
Yeah.
This
well,
can spiral out of hand quickly.
Speaking of incoming, these zealots have made their way into the main now, and this is a great move. Yeah, doing even more economic damage when already is ahead. I really like this move because honestly, they were just going to die to the goons, of course. Nice drills again from G.O.S.U though, doing what he can to stop casualties here, but it's going to be tough for zealots in the mineral line not to lose anything. So honestly, it was not bad at all by G.O.S.U.
Yeah, but G.O.S.U is a bit losing momentum here. Now it's
Absolutely.
5 goons, 4 to Sexy with the battery. And I mean, with the probe losses here, 5 probes behind. Kinda need to make some waves with these units here.
Well, who needs to use the choke now, right? G.O.S.U has to rely on this choke. That's his only real advantage right now. He has to hold this. Now, it's a Citadel coming up for G.O.S.U. There's a Robo already on the way for Too Sexy for you, so it's not looking like a good combination. But that said, this choke can still be decisive potentially. Thing is, if Sexy's thinking, okay, I'm going to get the Reaver, like, right away just to get break out here.
Oh, well, 2
okay.
very damaged goons in the G.O.S.U's army.
It's a nice arc, though.
Oh yeah, and now there's actually quite a lot of goons here.
Yeah, how are you going to get out of here? No, this is really bad. You're going to need a Reaver. This is the thing. If Sexy goes straight for the Reaver, skips the Obs, will the DT come here in time? Now, who said anything about DT anyway? No Templar yet. Maybe he's just going to get Zelda speed. I don't know. Okay, there it is.
I also really liked G.O.S.U realizing that he had 2 very damaged goons, so he moved back 1 and moved a healthy one in its place.
Yeah.
The second damaged one is still in there, but...
Again, we're playing PvZ. He's got the lurkers. He's rotating them as they install.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now the probe is coming up too, probably to make some batteries with the pylon here.
Oh my god. Just start making cannons. Like.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, the support bay's up. Now,
Archive's on the way.
Not started. Yeah, unfortunately, this archive delay might be decisive here because it did not start for a considerable amount of time. The Citadel was done, and that may make the difference. Now, we don't see an observatory yet. Sexy very low on gas, actually. Going straight into this 2-gate group production. Wow, you are right. This is ridiculous. I mentioned StarCraft 2 earlier. Is this StarCraft 2 now, just building all the shield batteries in your opponent's base?
I mean, it makes sense. You really want to reinforce this position, and Pylon is still alive, so...
Well, this is the only advantage G.O.S.U has, right? I mean, obviously he's banking on the DTs doing something, but if they don't, what has he got? He's literally just got a contain to rely on. Now, DT's just
also
finishing.
faster Nexus, potentially.
Right.
Probe. That's natural.
But it won't do him any good if these goons come across and smash it to pieces, of course. Now, this is the thing. If 260 just goes to harass, would that be effective? I mean, he probably wants to break out, but at the same time, there is no spotting, no defense at home. I guess the shuttle's going to take a while. Is he going to build the shuttle? No, he does build the observer. Very smart.
Yeah, so he's going to try to break the contain with the river here, and then get...
With no shuttle? Well, you got to be careful. You don't want to lose that. That's a great scarab, though. You got to be careful with no shuttle here. You could lose that so easily.
But you also have the battery, and G.O.S.U won't. Oh,
won't he?
Just as I say,
well, hang on.
Close.
He did take a lot of damage, though. Sexy, like, you know what? Okay, I can go in now. The DTs, though, they have something to say about it.
I'm not sure if this is engaged, maybe?
Yeah, these DTs get so much damage here, and there's no detection yet. I mean, it looked like a pretty good fight for Sexy, but the DT's actually just frontline warriors here. The Observer comes out, but the cannon's going to take it out if he's not careful. Like, he does pull it back. But does it even matter?
For battery. Oh no, the Observer went down.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was wondering about that, because the cannon is there to do that, and like another one's on the way, but it's going to take a while. The Probe getting in there. He's a stone cold killer. Will he get any kills of his own? He's trying.
War veteran.
Honestly, the DTs alone do enough. Yeah, how is that Probe still alive? GG. Wow.
What a game.
Yeah, really cool game there, actually. You know, just having some trouble against those Zealots. I love the Zealot harass. It was really good, but, you know, just do a pretty good strategy there, I think, and kind of an anti-timing from Sexy, it turned out.
Yeah, and I think the cannon was kind of MVP, sniping the Observer. Well, it got the vision of the Observer, which in turn elevated the Dark Templar, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. It's not often you see them making the difference in the frontline fight.
No. I wonder if it was planned to deny Observer with the cannon, or if it was just support.
I don't think it was... Well, that'd be pretty next level if you was thinking of that. I assume it was just supposed to shoot goons. I mean, it did a good job shooting goons too. Alright.
Indeed.
In the top left, in the blue, we have G.O.S.U Lamas. And the top right, in the olive, we have 260 for you. 260 for you for GOSU. G.O.S.U Lamas here for Emus. Up one game in this best of 3. Who's going to take the point for which team? Both teams still a long way away from winning this overall match, but every map counts here in playoffs.
Indeed.
So, good night now on map 2.
This map does have a ramp for the acute observers. yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It also has some plateaus that
I've seen some minerals on this map. AgGe.Return.
Yeah,
there's
also
quite a few.
Even gas nodes.
Wow, I mean, whichever faction takes control of this sector will be quite wealthy, I think. So yes, very important to fight over. Yeah. Okay, tell me this. How come there are minerals on these space platforms, though? How come there are gas vents? Where's that gas coming from? See, in StarCraft 2, they made them little, like, boxes. They're like, oh, someone just left a box of minerals here, but in StarCraft 1, it's growing from the ground? I don't know.
I mean, like, if you go to an oil rig, which isn't gas, I guess, but it kind of looks like this ground here.
Right. But, like, is the oil just coming out and going everywhere? Look at this proxy scout from Sexy, by the way. Both players kind of thinking about that in this series, obviously.
Yeah, I hear from Protoss users that it's a natural enemy of the matchup. I mean, it's a very big risk that someone will pull out some kind of extravagant strategy.
Well, Sexy very aware of that, committing to these 2 gates again, whereas G.O.S.U going with 1 gate opening again. Now, I mean, I was saying the Zealot Harass was good last game. If Sexy can pull off the same kind of damage and avoid the pitfalls of the DTs and the contain, maybe it'll work out this time.
Yeah, it's so far mirrored matchup, mirrored builds, except for so far no gas steal from G.O.S.U.
Oh, you mean mirrored as in the first game? I was kind of like, what?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, exactly. I mean, gate core.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be interesting if the game played out exactly the same?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Unfortunate for Too Sexy with the cross scout into cross other scout main, so lost scouting.
Wow, that probe just scared off that zealot. Did you see that? The zealot attacked him and he hit it and he's like, oh god, run away. It's like this thing people always say of elephants being afraid of mice. Is that the same kind of thing?
Not lasers.
Well, that probe should be afraid of other probes though. It takes a probe to take down a probe, obviously.
Yeah. So, as these 3 zealots will arrive, we will have 1 zealot, 1 goon situation going down, but also some probe support here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you really need here, right? And I'm surprised he didn't go with that the first game.
The scout probe comes to support too, so you get 2-shot on probe.
Well, going up the ramp, it kind of just gets in the way, doesn't it? But once you get in there, for sure. Well, actually, that's not as secure as I thought. Oh, that zealot's getting bullied real hard.
Yeah,
okay,
no
now you need to
retreat
pull
back
back.
because of the probes.
Okay, loses 1. Oh, almost got that surrounded.
Yeah.
Okay, well now...
super injured zealot going for the probes.
Again, it's always the injured ones. You know, the weak ones pick on the ones who can't fight back, I guess. So once again, just relying on drills here. Picks off the injured one. Goon taking some damage, but so far staying alive, and a lot of probe damage going down so far.
Oh,
nice.
Zealot going down.
How low is he? Oh yeah, that'll die in just a moment. Oh, that probe! Oh, he thought he was a hero. He thought he'd block him, but actually he was the victim. Okay, so even worse than first game actually. G.O.S.U on 4 probe deficit here, and Sexy transitioning into goons a lot quicker. So this looks quite good for Sexy here.
Yeah, we have 2 goons versus 3 goons. Soon the 4th goon is popping out, and Sexy's goons are a quarter done. So there will be 4 goons here as these 3 goons arrive.
Yeah, and you would never trade 4 probes for a goon, right? That does not seem like a good trade to me.
No. If it was... like if you could turn from defense to aggression faster.
Yeah.
And get
if your gateways were in your opponent's main or something, sure, but that's another matter, right? Okay, there's that.
And 1 goon is stuck in the center between the 2 platforms.
Oh, is he really stuck, or he just decided he doesn't want to die?
I think he's taking a coffee break. Can't judge him.
Someone tell him no. You got to get back to work. Where's his manager? Like, look, everyone's entitled to a paid break, but sometimes it's not the right time to take it. Okay, here he goes.
Yeah. So I think 5 goons won't break up a ramp with 4 goons, especially not with a zealot.
Yeah, no way.
This zealot is going for some scouting here and might lose his life for it. No, he'll make it.
Well, he doesn't want to give his life for Aya, but we're in space, so I guess that's why he wants to stay alive today.
Yeah. Goon range almost done for both players. Sexy's a little bit faster.
It's intriguing how late it can be in this matchup, because, you know, Goons are really the pivotal unit. They're like, you know, the siege tanks of TVT, I guess.
Yeah, but sometimes you get mines before siege.
It's true. I've gotten siege at some ridiculously late times. We'll talk about that in the TVP later. Actually, no, I have to mention, have you seen that pro game on Gold Rush? I do not remember the players, but it was like 9 minutes, and the Protoss was attacking the Terra Natural, and he had no siege. He had like 6 tanks, so he was doing like the bunker and tank micro with like 6 tanks.
No, I haven't seen that one. You'll have to link me after.
Oh, as if I could find it. It was in some ASL or other, because obviously who else is playing on Gold Rush, but...
So, G.O.S.U is catching up on workers, but still a little bit behind.
You know, this game does look pretty similar to the first one. Contain going up for G.O.S.U. Breather coming out for Sexy. Just no DTs following up this now.
Observe first this time.
Well, you don't want that to happen twice in playoffs, right? I gotta say, if G.O.S.U is intending to contest Sexy coming down, he's not really in position. It looks like he's pulling back. He's deciding, you know, I can't actually stop this, and that's probably the correct decision.
Yeah, I mean, you see the movements, invisible movements. So you know Robo is done, and it's also up ramp.
Yeah.
And the Nexus is coming up, it's halfway done, so if Too Sexy gets his Nexus up, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, see, we had this safety forge from G.O.S.U, which is interesting. In fact, he is getting a cannon at the natural. I don't know how helpful that's going to be, though, against Reaver Goon. That's kind of not efficient at all, even if they're not ranging it with the Reaver. It's just not very strong, right? Maybe he just wants to kill any observers that are hanging around there. Because I assume he would see the blur and be able to tell an observer from a DT, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like a DT trying to run by, but they overlapped at one point. So should probably know, and it was kind of slow compared to a Dark Hunter.
Well, yeah, just in general, you can kind of see the swish of the cape, you know, or I think you can. You know, we did laugh, but you mentioning ramps is actually a good point. There's a lot of ramps on this map if you think about it. If you go up to the 6 o'clock here, it's like Ramp City, and then you've got these extra natural ramps as well, so going to be a big factor here. Now, with observers, can you bust this kind of position with like Reaver Goon, or you have to just let G.O.S.U live?
I think it's possible. You definitely need Reavers. You can't I don't think you can 4-gate Goon power through here.
Yeah. Well, one thing that occurs to me is because G.O.S.U has no observers of his own, though, Sexy can get that vision constantly. There's nothing stopping him. He doesn't have to dance the observers back and forth. Damn, we're not paying PVZ anymore.
Yeah.
The spell is broken.
But so Reavers are on their way. One Reaver is out for 2 Sexy here. A much faster Robo.
Where's the support bay out to the natural? I was wondering. I was like, hang on, what?
Yeah.
He's typed in the cheat code. He can make Reavers without a Robo. A support bay.
And G.O.S.U is getting +1. It's halfway done.
Yeah, I guess that's a benefit of having this safety forward, right? That's very nice. I will say that G.O.S.U is still behind in probes despite getting the faster Nexus. So I don't know if that was just those Zealots hitting really hard or the fact that there's been some lapses in production, but catching up a little bit now. But I think Sexy's still clearly the superior army. I think as soon as the shuttle's out, should try and attack, but it seems like G.O.S.U's going to have the Reaver just in time here.
Yeah, I think 2 Sexy is waiting for the 2 Reaver timing.
Right.
Kinda to be able to bust up since you...
Well, compared to 1 vs 0 Reavers, 2 vs 1 isn't that good, is it? Look at this, both players building spotter pylons at the 12. This is amazing. Ooh, G.O.S.U committing some goons to take this out. This is risky. Oh, I don't know about this. If 2 Sexy reacts and cuts these off, it could be huge. Army moving forward. But maybe it's all part of G.O.S.U's plan. He's got another group of goons. Seems like Sexy doesn't really want to commit there.
A lot of spotter pylons on the map.
Yeah.
The difference with the 2 Reaver timing compared to 1 Reaver is that you one-shot the goons with the Reavers.
Right.
2.
And Reavers,
so
right?
And Reavers, yeah, exactly. So...
wow, I love this really, from G.O.S.U, by the way. Sorry, you
yeah, taking this high ground here.
Yeah.
As I don't think you would want to run around and go to G.O.S.U's platform, even if you know that they are here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right, because then you just get hit from above and reinforcements coming out of G.O.S.U's natural as well. It's not going to be a good time. Yeah. I'm just thinking, you can't really move an army this size through there without getting close enough to get hit by goons from there. I don't think. It'd be very precise. Or you'd have to go really long way around, and if G.O.S.U spots you doing that, you are in for a bad time.
Yeah. As you said earlier, there's still no observers with G.O.S.U's army. Oh, okay, just as I say that one arrives.
Yeah, you don't want to wait too long, otherwise you will get punished by DTs. I mean, I've won PvP games like that.
Yeah, and also you could have the observer over the army and then just select your Reavers far away and right-click, and then the Scarabs will come from the darkness and just land in the middle of your goon pack.
Oh my gosh, sounds terrible. You know, G.O.S.U really puffing up his chest here and intimidating with the probably weaker army, taking this pod, picking off these pylons, just kind of keeping 2 Sexy in check. Now, 2 Sexy, I don't know if this was going to be an expansion. I can only assume it was, but maybe it's just a spotter.
I think it was a spotter one. But
well, is the mineral only any use in this scenario? Does a lot of speed zealots really help, or do you really need that gas? I'm just thinking, because both players probably thinking about getting a third. And it looks like Sexy is gonna, G.O.S.U is gonna try the mineral only. Now, this is what we're talking about. G.O.S.U brings the entire army around the long way. I mean, do you go for a counterattack here? Because it's not like you can really defend either, so you're really just asking for a base race. But could it be advantageous? I don't know.
I think if you had 2 more Reavers, so you could plant them on the ramp, it would be more interesting.
Oh, well, here comes the engagement. pretty good goon count here for Sexy. No Zealot speed done yet, so Zealot's not doing much, but they are tanking a lot. The Reaver of Justo way out of position. The shuttle is just like wherever it wants to be, and the Reavers of Sexy already got many shots in, so it looks like Sexy is powering through here. Yeah, no, Justo's Reaver did not do much, both in terms of survival and damage. Total wipeout here for Justo. Only a couple goons going to limp out to get home.
Yeah, that's spiral out of control real quick.
Yeah. I think
One goon still causing havoc at 3 o'clock.
Well, it's really havoc. He killed a pylon. Look at this Zealot. Oh man, he's keen.
There's a lot of goons at Justo's natural. Been producing well, and now also Justo has pulled ahead in workers.
Yes, finally, but the problem is having the army reset so much is going to be a big issue, and this third did not get made. That said, it's not like Sexy has third. All that goon is still there at Sexy's 3 o'clock. Could potentially wreak havoc.
And 40-45 probes is a very good worker number for a 2-base anyway.
Well, if you plan to expand, right, it makes sense to make some more. Oh, look at this. Is Justo going to get the sneaky base? I kind of like it, because it's hard to get units all the way down there when you have to be so careful about your position here.
But I do think... I mean, I see the probe going at 7 o'clock, but you already have a probe at 5 o'clock.
I mean, is that a bit too sneaky? What if your opponent tries to take that one?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
All right, this one goon going to try and take out the Nexus. He gets a probe. Oh, yeah, this is like a 20 minutes in a TVP Micro and 1 Vulture against a Zealot. Is this really... Okay, no, he's just going to let it die, I guess. He's probably got better things to do. Well, he's hitting that Nexus pretty hard. Oh, is he really going to micro down the Nexus like this? Come on. What are you doing, Justo? Okay, this
it reminds me a bit of a pro game from many years ago where I think it was AgGe who killed his own command center with a Vulture.
What? Like with a Vulture? How did he manage to do that?
By accident, and he forgot it. I don't think he must take like 500 years
like that famous StarCraft 2 game where MMA was trying to kill some rocks and he shot his own command center. Same thing. Okay, by the way, Sexy found this base with an Observer, and now the Zealot squad's coming to shut that down. Huge move here. Now, Sexy is moving out his army in anticipation of Justo's response here as well. If Sexy can take the engagement, this could be huge. Justo just cancels it. He knows he's not going to be able to defend that, and now he's in a really bad spot.
And also worth noting in regards to the worker count, 2 Sexy is ahead in supply, but he's down 12 in workers, so that means that he actually has 12 more supply army.
Better tech too, because there's no Templars of this army. I don't know if any Reavers got made. I don't think they did. There is a Templar Archives, but I do not see any Templars anywhere. So here we go.
Researching Storm.
Justo's so bunched up though. This looks like a terrible engage for Justo. Sexy coming in here. The Archon's ready. The Speed Zealots as well. Now it's a better arc for Justo.
Storm.
That's a great Storm all over those screens. That's an excellent one as well. The Reaver's dropping out, but I don't think they have any Scarabs, or they're out of range or something. Reinforcements coming in for Justo though. The goons on the high ground actually doing a lot of damage. Oh, another great Storm. Yeah, these Storms really crushing those goons. It looks like Sexy's going to power through here. Justo forced to retreat.
Brutal Storms.
Oh my god, another one. Well, picks up that Archon.
That was like 5 perfect Storms right on top of the goons. Oh my.
Yeah, really nice engagement by Sexy. And also I think a really nice move out there, anticipating that Justo's going to be stuck here. Look at that. That one goon, he's trying to hold him off. Oh, that's a nice Storm though. Oh, they don't quite get killed by that. But that's good damage. But what does Justo have right now? He has the one Templar who's like, I'm gonna hold you back with my mind powers, bro. Don't try it. and look, they're like, oh no, better run away.
One Observer. He has the 3rd Nexus coming up, which...
see how long it lives.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's not worth attacking for 2 Sexy. You probably want to just pressure the natural, I think.
I suppose.
And 1 Templar with 1 Storm in energy, sneakily moving towards the natural of 2 Sexy. I don't think he has the guards here.
I don't know. I think they saw through his disguise.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Imagine if he just walked in there and stormed those.
Yeah, just waltzing by. And Zealots are like, hello.
Well, I don't know if you saw that one Zealot in CPL 6 that ran through like the entire Zerg army and killed 3 drones at the Zerg Natural.
I have a vague memory of that.
Yeah, there's a video of it.
But that's a lot of probes from Justo at Mineral only there.
Yeah, well, he needs to get what money he can, but it's going to be hard to win with Zealots only. Going to try and take this other base. Now, I mean, theoretically, if G.O.S.U can defend this sort of area, there's 2 bases, and 2 bases is kind of enough to kind of not exactly come back in this game, but drag it out long enough that maybe you can even things up. But how exactly are you going to defend this zone? Okay, well, hang on. G.O.S.U is like, defend? What does that mean? I am on the attack.
Need to consolidate your forces.
Yes. Okay, let's pulls back
taking
a bit.
Oh, it's a pylon.
Where? Oh.
At 5 o'clock. I was thinking that G.O.S.U heard me and was going for the 5 o'clock expansion.
Would be a nice move when you're behind, but I think it's only a matter of time before 2sexy sends his own probe down here there at this point in the game.
Yeah.
So we see 2sexy at +1, whereas G.O.S.U is at 2-1, which is pretty strong.
Also getting +3.
Look how many Templars there are out for Sexy, though. I feel like this whole army is going to be destroyed by storms, and as you know, upgrades don't help with that.
True. I'm actually not sure how, in this matchup, how the upgrades changes cut points.
Oh, hang on. G.O.S.U's army is so clumped up right now. I don't know whose storm that was, but it did not do much. I hope it was Sexy Storm, but it still didn't do much. Nice Storm on the Weavers, but they are still at pretty high health.
Oh, 6 storms. Yeah,
Sexy has so many storms available here, and it's only goons left. The Zealots just melted under this Archon Reaver onslaught. And yeah, I think
this is a very, very strong army here from 2sexy.
Absolutely. It doesn't really have any weak spots, does it? And yeah, those Archons just absolutely destroy. The shuttle coming out, it's coming to the wrong place. GG. Sexy takes one back.
I actually think those 2 Reavers at the end were the same ones from earlier.
Yeah, they were indeed.
They survived all game.
They were indeed. So they are tough. They are tough.
Yeah, indeed.
Got a lot of value out of them. I mean, in comparison, we saw G.O.S.U's Reaver was kind of like off on the side, not doing anything, and the shuttle wasn't even helping it. So it really makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Branch says Archons are no joke. That's true in PvP anyway. They're kind of not big in TvP.
They don't activate mines though.
True. Well, that's because mines don't even see them as a threat.
Fair.
Alright, let's get into game 3 here. In the top right, in the blue, we have 2sexy for you, taking the last game. And in the bottom left, in the grey, we have G.O.S.U for Emus here. Currently this series tied 1-1, Sexy winning the last game. Whoever takes this map takes the series. Made it to Eclipse.
Yes. The map of many tales.
Yes.
I think there are a lot of strategies that people employ on this map that would elicit some scared scouting behavior.
It's a very diplomatic way to put it. You could just say it's a cheesy map, potentially.
Many people like to cheese on this map.
Yes, especially proxies, right? Proxy gateways in particular.
Yeah, enduringly
popular. Yes, it's not even like a fad. It's just kind of a constant threat on this map.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we do have that pylon scout, so at least one of these players taking that seriously. And is he going to check the Death Alley over here? No, it looks like he's not. Just going to go straight across, but I mean, you'll know soon enough when you get to your opponent's base. There's nothing there.
If you see a pylon in their main, then you know that there's no pylons on the map.
There's got to be a rhyme for that. What on earth rhymes with pylon?
Nothing StarCraft related I can come up with.
Probably not.
But he did scout the top of the base, so didn't get quarked.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen either. That's the worst feeling when like the probe suddenly comes in from there and you're like, oh no. You know what's hiding in the corner for you. Although I've had that happen and there was actually nothing there. So it was kind of like, was it just a mind game? Were they checking if I proxied in my own base? Who knows?
Yeah, if you're hiding tech or something.
At like 2 minutes in the game.
Yep. That super fast core before gate timing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, G.O.S.U coming
Macro
across.
Nexus.
Interesting, G.O.S.U took the alternative path, which would have found a proxy if it was situated here in the middle. So that's quite interesting that he went for that. Well, Fuzzy Branch says mines are scared of Archons. I don't know, man. I don't buy it. You think mines are scared of anything?
I don't. I mean, they blow themselves up on a regular.
Yeah. And they have no respect for anyone. Teammates, enemies. They're just gonna blow up.
Yeah.
It's the thing, if they were just like real life mines, where it's like you step on them and they blow up, they wouldn't seem so nefarious, but because they're kind of like, you know, have a mind of their own, Yeah, it's kind of like, wow, why they blowing up all my tanks? That's rude.
Okay, so we're getting mirrored builds again, but the difference between last game and this game is that Too Sexy is sending the first zealot instead of waiting for the 3 zealots.
Well, I think you have to here because the rush distance is so much longer than close positions on Goodnight, for example. I mean, it's not as long as Butter, but still, I think you really got to get in there. In fact, we did see him go with 1 zealot on Butter as well.
Yeah,
I think that's what you have to do.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
That was a interesting observation. It's true.
Well, he's not actually attacking.
And it was like close
those,
positions.
Yeah.
But in this position here, 1 zealot and 1 probe beats 1 zealot.
Of course. If you knew your opponent was going to go 10, 12, 100%, well, is there any kind of like abusive opening you can do against that? Is Nexus First any good versus that?
I don't think it is, but I definitely wouldn't call myself knowledgeable enough.
Fair enough. Oh, I only just realized it's a mana pylon because, you know, you can't tell with warping in buildings.
Oh.
It's annoying, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, the Zealot's coming in here, though, while I'm looking at pylons. Okay, nice micro, keeping that Zealot if Justo's alive. But man, he's going to have to micro a lot if he's going to make this fight. Okay, well, buying time is worth it.
One Zealot on the Goon, 1 Zealot on the Zealot, and 1 Zealot on the Probes.
Perfectly spread. Well, he backs out of the Probes, actually, but now that one has killed the enemy Zealot, he's ready to kill some enemy Probes, too. Nice micro so far from Justo. Oh, really nice drill there. Oh, does lose a Probe. Oh, pulls it back. Nicely done there. Honestly, really good probe micro from Justo so far. Although, it's not over. Is he targeting? Oh, the Goon! Okay, that's not worth. The probes pop out the back too, where they're vulnerable. Another Zealot falls.
Oh.
That Goon needs to do his job, honestly.
And there's a sneaky probe at 12.
Ooh. Maybe he's building a spotter? I can't imagine he'd be going for a Nexus there at this point.
I mean, at the same time, you with the pylon of the manor pylon in the main, kinda will keep track of whatever tech you go.
Yeah. Well, you can hide it over on the left here or whatever, right? And if you're going Robo, surely you do it near the ramp. But nonetheless, it did last for a long time. You know, he didn't send his Zealots to deal with that. Now we have the Citadel coming up. Man, Justo really making himself the villain in this series. Going for DT 2 out of 3 games. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and Too Sexy here is sticking to his guns with the 2-gate Robo, and then...
he really has just done the same build 3 times, huh?
Yeah. I mean, if you have a stable, safe build, there's no...
There's got to be something that's good against 10-12, I don't know.
I mean, you can just not take any damage to the initial Zealots.
Oh yes, great. It's so easy. Just don't take damage.
Yeah.
Great.
But the results of the early game is showing here in the supply. Well, now Justo is catching up, but it's still Too Sexy is 1 pylon ahead and a few workers ahead. Yeah,
the pro count was even, but Justo actually cut a couple. I think losing that Goon was definitely not good either, though.
Yeah, true.
I mean, technically, a Goon's worth a lot more than a probe.
Observatory coming up before the support bay.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad for Justo. He's doing all the normal stuff, setting himself up for his expand here. But this is a very hard situation. As soon as Sexy gets 2 observers, you kind of just go, and it's very hard to stop that.
Yeah. And support bay coming up fast after. Justo a little bit faster with the Nexus as in the early games, but this time there's no soft contain outside of the ramp. Since,
well, that's the thing though. If Sexy does come across with the first observer though, that's going to kind of play into Justo's hands, because that could potentially then get a DT in the main, then we'll actually win the game. I think, you know, he doesn't need the contain, because this is a lot faster DT than game 1 as well, by the way, so I think he'll be fine with this. The Forge coming up, of course, got to be safe against the enemy DT. Probe vs Zealot, who will win? No one.
We'll actually go with the army here, I think. Or will he just stay and take...
Well, he's going to know as soon as he gets here, right? He's gonna know. In fact, he might even see the DT. Like, you see this and you're like, okay, yes, it's DT, right? Because if it was like a gateway
DT on hold position.
Interesting.
So the DT didn't make any movement or attack the Zealot to
I
alert
think
of its
he would
presence?
know pretty well though. We see he's not moving out. I imagine, you know, here in tier 1. Man, I keep forgetting this isn't like tier 0, honestly, because again, these players playing so well. But anyway, I'll talk about that more in a minute. Here in tier 1, I think you would understand that if you see your opponent expanding with so few goons at this point in the game, you would know it's going to be a DT, and then G.O.S.U's going to come up here and Sexy's just waiting for him. Oh, he's trying it, but that was never going to work out. That was a brave DT. Not normally known for their bravery.
One DT holding out in the middle of the map, maybe anticipating his shot at the glory.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be worth it if you just get in there and kill those probes. Where do DTs get their bloodlust for innocent workers from, I wonder?
I mean, they have the cape and the blades.
Does that just putting them on make you like that? Is that how it works?
Maybe having bloodlust is what makes them put it on.
Yeah, I mean that's what I assumed. I don't know.
Maybe at the Templar Academy, they ask, "Do you have bloodlust?" Okay, here you get the cape.
If not, you become a stalker.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's a terrible fate. See, they're not even dead. Goons at least are dead, but stalkers like, well, we just kind of put you in this egg. Have fun. So the expansion up for G.O.S.U is going to get a lot more income here, but again, Sexy with the supply lead, and the Reaver's honestly the superior composition right now. I do want to see Sexy try and attack here. I think that would be the best move as soon as he's secure against DTs at home.
I think I saw G.O.S.U get Storm, and I would like that if we had a Templar or two already banking up energy.
Well, surely in any case, you build the Templars to get the energy, then you start Storm, as long as you got the gas for both.
Yeah, I would prefer that, I think.
Yeah, because you know you have a little bit of time where the DTs are buying you this time, right? So I feel like you should be able to get Templars first here, but I mean, he spent his gas on building a lot more Goons, which is okay. I mean, Goons are a good unit, but it means he's not going to have the Storms, and it's going to be very hard to deal with these Reavers. You can kind of rely on trying to catch the Reavers overextending and shooting down the shuttle. Can definitely be a path to victory here, but it's going to be dicey. I mean, again, I feel like Sexy just in the stronger position.
Yeah, I mean, 15 supply ahead, slightly behind on workers now, but I think at this point it's not as much of a deal as at 15 workers.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And just the fact you produce more army already. Now look at this, you've got the cannon actually to deal with the DTs. No cannon in the main, so if DT somehow sneaks past, you could definitely pull a PVZ here, but leaving a couple of goons, I don't think any DT shenanigans are going to happen here. And so Sexy's finally ready, he's coming across. There are the Templars, energy's starting to build up. He's going to have a few storms here, it might just be enough, will depend on the engage here.
Yeah, if you have two storms and you land both on the rivers, then I think you will hold this
Is that enough though? Because doesn't Sexy have the goon count as well? I see 13 goons for Sexy. Only how many? Only 10 here for G.O.S.U. So I think he needs more than just kill the Reavers.
I mean, if you hopefully if you land two storms on the rivers, you will also hit some of the goons.
Well, here we go. He's gonna go for it. The Templars move forward. No. Nice Storm, doing heaps of damage. One falls immediately. Nice Storm pushes back that shuttle.
Tanks.
There's one more Storm available. Excellent Storm on the goons there. But see, this is the problem. Look what's G.O.S.U. actually has left. His Storms did great damage, but his goons are all dead. So it kind of doesn't matter. Pulls back.
Yeah, I was thinking that you'd keep the goons back so that 260 would have to attack into
yeah, that might have been better. Well, with these cannons, it might be just enough. That Reaver from the back gonna do what it can. All these goons from Sexy are so low. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay, number one falls.
But, as you see here, I mean, if the Reaver would have died to the storm, I think G.O.S.U. could have held with just a few.
Well, it might still die. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god. No, no, no. Okay, it drops, but that goon's gonna kill it anyway. Or is it? No, the goon's too obsessed with his target. Well, he gets the shuttle, but at what cost? Man, G.O.S.U. needs to go pick that off of these other goons. Go, go, go.
Crawl back home, worm boy.
That's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
What do you mean, worm boy? He's this graceful caterpillar. And with the shuttle's help, he becomes a butterfly. That speed zealot, normally the prey of the Reaver is coming out to kill it. Oh, but the goon reinforcements. G.O.S.U. needs to get back now. If he loses these, he's in big trouble.
Oh.
Well, he sees it, but he's still going to commit to the fight. Oh, no, indecisive.
Oh,
loses a goon.
yeah, close.
Yeah, what does Justo have now? No more Templars have been made. He's got a good goon count, but I mean, if a shuttle comes out, I feel like Sexy's just going to resume the attack and be very strong here.
Yeah, and the second river at the net.
If it's raining, does it reveal the DTs? Probably. Good thing it never rains in StarCraft.
Yeah, actually.
Well, we have a data point. That underwater map in StarCraft 2 doesn't reveal them, so I guess.
Two Sexys getting the Silot legs here, which I think is a good move since Justo will want to bank up Storm, so probably need to prioritize Templars over Archons.
Yeah.
So Speedlot tech switch, so to speak.
Alright, well, Justo going to try and remain defensive here, take the third. It might just work if he buys enough time. Because, you know, he's kind of evening out the army supply a bit with how much he's been mining. Still no Templars here for Sexy. Look, I would agree that anytime your opponent doesn't have Reavers, the Speed Zealots are going to be a good investment. Unless they've got a lot of Archons, obviously, like you mentioned. But I feel like, you know, Justo kind of has enough here to defend as long as he has a good engage. The last engage was not really that great, because honestly, Justo was just sitting there clumped, and Sexy was able to just like come in how he chose. And honestly, that's a consistent theme we've seen in this series. Justo seems to tend to not be ready when Sexy initiates the engagement. So, I don't know, if nice DT on the ramp there at the third.
Yeah.
If Sexy gets another good engagement, he could break through. I feel like what Justo needs to do, he just needs to keep his army in good position, zone wherever Sexy goes, and just hold him off one time, and then he'll be back to even. But, I mean, it looks dicey. Can he actually hold him? That's a lot of Speed Zealots.
Yeah. But I agree. In this series, in terms of the engages, it's have pretty much all gone pretty well for the Sexy. Has been doing really well in the engages.
That's just too much stuff for Sexy. How does he suddenly have so much more?
Zealots are produced really fast.
Yeah, and they run really fast too across the map.
Yeah.
Well, then again, like, Sexy coming in a line here needs some good storms here. Needs to throw down the storms. You can't wait. If all Sexy units do their damage while the storms come out, it's going to be no good. Nice stone storm. The goons are already on the Reavers. That's really good for Justo there, but is there just too many Zealots? It kind of looks like there is here. Reaver drops again. Yeah, no, there's no stopping them. The football team's breaking through. The defense is shambles.
Shuttle saving the Reaver again.
Yeah, really nice micro there. 3 kills on that Reaver. Gonna get a 4th.
Yeah, I mean, this is too many Zealots.
Yeah, he doesn't even know about the third, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think just going for the throat here is to play.
Yeah, well, if
also still have a Reaver up.
Those Zealots are a football team, they're about to score a touchdown for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think Justo can do anything to stop this.
Could even like go up and attack from uphill with the Reaver.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice. Oh, but the probes. The Reaver's got better things to do than that. Oh my god! Oh, come on. Oh, that's a good one. Nice, nice work there. I want to see how many kills this
I
thing
hope the Scarab finishes so we can see how many kills.
We're both hoping the same thing is 17 kills. Wow. More?
Massive.
18. 19.
19.
Oh, come on, one more. No, it's out of Scarabs. Okay, GG. Justo
GG.
stops the slaughter before it gets too bad. So it makes it 2-1 for Sexy. Really well fought PvT series by both of them. You know, like I was saying, I'm really impressed by the game these tier 1s are bringing. Everyone's playing really well for playoffs.
Yeah. I really feel that like over this season, many players, most I'd say, have improved vastly.
Yeah, which is nice to see. You know, I guess CPL fulfilling its mission. So that means that we're tied up 5-5 now. GO.S.U getting a point back, evening things up once again as we're going to start our next series here. So very neck and neck. And you know, yeah, that series was pretty close as well. I mean, Sexy kind of had the advantage in that last game, but still, you know, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I mean, like if one of the engages would have gone the other way, so to speak,
yeah.
would have.
Well, that's what I was saying. I feel like if Justo somehow held that attack, he would have been in a great position with that third base, and honestly, the superior tech were those Templars, but he just did not have enough. And it was a great decision to just attack with the Speed Zealots.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to jump to our next series here. In the top right, in the navy blue, we have Maxaxa, and the bottom right in the magenta, we have Theseus. Theseus here for GO.S.U, and Maxaxa for UED. TVP now. I've
been looking forward to this series. I've had I've been on teams with these two players before.
I don't think I've ever had Theseus on my team, but obviously Max Axa was on my team this season.
Yeah.
I got a shout out to Max Axa playing like many weeks. I don't know if he played every single week, but it must have been close.
Yeah.
He played a lot of weeks.
Yeah, he's a trooper.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just hoping to bring home a result now here in playoffs. I mean, who's to say he won't? Again, these players really bring in their A game. You know, and the tier 1s are all well and good, but honestly, the tier 3s and 2s have been impressing me the most.
Yeah, I think in this season is like often tier 3 in particular tends to like drop off a bit in activity towards the later end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel for most teams it seems like the tier 3s have like kept being active, and if anything maybe gotten even more active.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is joyous to see.
Absolutely. Now, didn't I say I was going to say something about TVP when we came around to it, but I forgot.
Late siege time.
Oh yes. In the year 2022, we should go back to like 2003 and be like, you know, in the grim future of 2022, Terrans don't get siege until like 8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
every game is Nexus first, and Terrans making vultures.
Yeah, I remember when Gundam revolutionized the game with his Mine First opener.
Well, you've been around a lot longer than me then.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you did siege because you wanted the tanks.
You see, I'm one of those latecomers. When I really, you know, started following Brood War properly, the meta I knew was like Siege Expand, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was the Siege Expand, and then follow up by the 2 Factory, and then the fake 2. Well,
when I started learning Brood War, I did just do 2 Factory like almost every time, at least on Fighting Spirit.
It's a great build.
It's a very good build. Let's see if Theseus goes for it today. I wouldn't recommend it on Butter. It's because you have to deal with those ramps in the middle of the map, and it's kind of far. It doesn't seem like a good strategy. By the way, interesting that Max Axa would go for this Zealot as well, given there's long rushes. I don't know if that SCV was trying to block him or he just got tired of scouting. He really thinks his team is everything to see? Okay, he's going back. I say the Zealot needs this SCV needs like a Zen Master to sell him like, oh, you really think you've seen everything? Is your knowledge so vast you've lost all hunger for more? And the SCV kind of, you know, what's the word? Sheepishly kind of turns around like, oh, I guess I'll go back in the Protoss base. Okay, bunker starting here. Where are the Marines at? The Marines just chilling in the main, kind of letting this.
Max with the +1 air.
Oh, spicy! Are we going to see the Citadel? Although he kind of doesn't have any tech evo. Kind of, what's the point of that if you're not actually going to do anything there?
Oh, he cancelled it before being able to deal with SCVs.
He could have actually got range anyway. I mean, started it. Yeah, he actually, maybe it was a mistake, not a fake out. These Marines having a hard time here without any SCV support. Gonna just fight this Zealot man to man, but the problem is he's not a man, he's a Protoss alien, so he's kind of kicking their ass. That one comes out though, and he will push it back. But that Zealot, you know, getting a Marine, I guess, for his trouble, but he's about to die.
Really? Yeah, I think he might even make it out.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, if you kill a Marine and survive, that's not bad. But is it really quite worth the investment? I don't think so. I think Terran's pretty happy with that. But that said, the Nexus coming down, pretty good timing here. I suppose the reason he was trying to fake out because he really wanted the Nexus full range, but I don't think it really makes a difference building the air weapons in that point. So yeah, not a 2-fac, obviously. Very disappointed. Although I was saying don't do it on this map, I don't know what I want here. I want everything.
I mean, I do like the high ground when you're like, I mean, probably you won't face goons on your side of the high ground, so you will get up.
I mean, with 2-fac, I suppose you're right. It's more FD, I suppose, is likely to have to deal with that. Yeah, that's a good point, because if Protoss has 3 goons and they're trying to hold that ramp, they're probably just going to lose them all, and then they're going to lose the game. Well, there's CV trying to find out what's going on. I don't know if Theseus was able to confirm the expansion. That second SCV makes Nicky didn't actually see it, and he's just trying to check again. He does see like a second goon coming, so that's something. That's some intel, but you still don't really know here. Now he's going to go for safety here and build that eBay. So just making sure he covers all possibilities. You don't want to lose to sneaky DTs here in playoffs. But of course, it's Robo coming up, second gate. Oh, whoops! I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of the unit tab, and I fast forwarded the game. Well, nice move there, Goon confirming the CC. It's a very important thing to do. Now, this is kind of dicey for Protoss with 2 tanks here. If Theseus wants to be aggressive, he can pick off these Goons.
Yeah, but I think if you would like to go for like a free flank timing, you would need a faster second factory.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to attack here. I'm just thinking if the Goons are hanging out in the bunker, their lives are at risk.
Yeah, just pressuring. But as Terran here, you're not sure if it's just the Goons you see or if there's like...
Well, I'm reckless. If I see a Goon in range, I'm going to go try and kill it, and I do lose sometimes with like 10 Goons actually just running, like, oh.
Surprise! I know that the bunker has like uneven range. Is it vertically they have further range, or is it
it's vertically, it's more above, less below. If you can finish a bunker below a bunker at max range, the bunker below will actually hit the one above without being able to be hit.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
I know, right? But the thing is, if you actually try and build that in the game, the problem is the SCP will run into the range and die. So it would be like if you're building bunkers at the same time or something. Maybe I'll pull that out in a TVT one day. I don't know.
Like defensive bunker against an Atrax.
Yeah, or something. Because like I said, the SCV would just get picked off if it wasn't like already finished or something. But I don't know. I'm sure there's some way that's going to happen. It'll happen someday.
Yeah, for sure. So Max is taking his third here. Observers are out.
Yeah, I like Max Axis end of this a lot more because, Theseus really just being super safe, getting his turrets, has no map vision or presence whatsoever. No academy even at this point, so he's playing blind where Max Axis is just happily getting up his expansions, getting his economy going. Now, of course, he only has 2 gates so far, but it's not like Theseus is ready for a push anytime soon either.
Yeah, I mean, he sees that the second factory is just now coming up. And at one point, I mean, Theseus have a lot of tanks, but I would really like some vultures on the map.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with staying one factory, right? If you don't know what's going on, you really have to make those tanks. Because what if it's just like, a big Reaver attack or anything?
Yeah, and I guess that's why the Marine and tanks are in the main.
He bought 1 Marine. Well, 1 Marine's not going to do much, I'll say that.
Can put the shuttle on timer, I guess.
A long timer.
Long timer, sure. Academy coming up.
Yeah.
We have +1 started.
Okay, finally we have the tech coming up for Max Axa. Citadel coming down at pretty normal timing, so getting, I guess, a slightly faster third in exchange for the gateway and goon count, but the pro production's slacking a bit here for Max Axa at the third. Still ahead of Terran, who was also slacking, so both players dipping a bit in economy here from where they could be. Gas not being mined at the natural as well. Taking that Citadel, you're going to need that second gas. I can only assume he's going to go for Arbiter here. Looks like a pretty regular setup.
I don't know how long from the speed zealots.
Interesting that he goes for that before Templar. The thing is, if you don't know what Terran's doing, which he does know, he sees as a 5-fac. You know, it might be better, actually. There's kind of 2 ways to play this, right? You can kind of just delay Terran as much as you can, and if an Arbiter gets out against a 2-base push, Terran is pretty screwed. But the alternative is you just get a lot of gateways, you get zealot speed, maybe shuttles, and just kind of overwhelm it as well. Now, Theseus could just stay in his base, get his upgrades, which I think is probably what he's doing here. But if he pushes, Max Axe is going to be vindicated getting the zealot speed, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Also, since he has like map control and vision, he can kind of claim the high grounds.
Yeah.
Which I guess can buy a lot of time versus this.
That is strong against these pushes, but without a Reaver, if Terran's careful, they can get up them well enough with this size army. In the early game, like doing like 2-fac type pushes and stuff, definitely they can be useful. But I think with this size push, unless like it was already like Protoss had a pretty good army and you don't have a Reaver, you can just kind of get up there. Because you're so close to the Terran base, so far from the Protoss base. See, here we go. He's going to have the momentum coming out here, it looks like.
Yeah. And times attack with the +1.
Oh, get out, get out! Oh, is it coming up? Oh, that's nice, actually. Yeah, we don't see that kind of thing that often in PvP, but yeah, that's a scary force. Max Axon needs to get his army out. He can't just sit in the natural, wait for Terran to contain him, but that's exactly what he's doing right now. Okay, a shuttle comes out, and like I said, it's probably going to be thankful he has the zealot speed. I would like to see a Templar anyway, though, because he has a lot of gas, and you can keep checking while this is going on. Now here's the thing.
Get those SCVs with his army too.
The alternate paths, yeah, you gotta build those turrets. The ultimate paths on this map, now the observer is just tracking everything. I wonder if Max Axa could just go for a backstab here. There's a lot of vultures though. Yeah, it seems like that's not gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, as a Protoss you can like just bring one probe to 7 o'clock or something, and like if it goes to a base trade type scenario.
Well, here we go, Max Axa getting behind this army, gonna cut off reinforcements and shoot a few vultures. Now, he's just gonna retreat here. This is a great move, just buys him some time, doesn't really cost him anything, except maybe that goon's life. Nope, he's good. Yeah, really nice army movement by Max Axa. Just making Terran come back, because he only laid like 2 mines. Really got to force him to lay tons of mines here and make sure no backstab can happen. I mean, oh, that's a bit unfortunate though.
Yeah, that was
still totally worth
nice
it.
Tank shots.
Still totally worth
it. I think like that little move there bought like 10 extra zealots for the engage.
Is he building him though? He had 1,300 minerals a second ago. He just spent them. He's trying to hide it, but I saw Max Axa. You banked a lot of money there. Really got to spend that if you're going to survive this push. And again, the gas, like Templar Crabs could be up. Goon's getting stuck here as well. Unfortunately, not macro much doing that.
It's a bit uneven in the queues. Some gateways.
That is a lot of zealots though. I think Max Axa has the force he needs, and Theseus is very aggressive here, not sieging at all. But Max Axa needs to use everything at once. So here comes the shuttle. Okay, there goes the siege, but it's the worst possible time to siege. Mines on your tanks. Protoss says thanks. Look at them.
Oh no.
Okay, does lots of damage there. Is there anything in that shuttle? Yes, 4 zealots. That's going to be enough to get on those tanks, and I think Max Axa is cleaning this up. Nicely done there. Very nice sudden engagement, but I have to say Theseus kind of gave it to him because he was just very brave with those tanks. Just moving forward, not spreading and kind of getting ready for the fight. He just thought it was only those goons and he was just crushing them. But meanwhile, Theseus is trying to take this third. Now, Max Axa's tech, very slow. Templar only half done right now, but Max Axa does have the army. If he can push across, find this third and deny it, he'll be looking good. But if he can't, I mean, Terran still looks pretty good here. Because, you know, he's got upgrades going. He can get the Sun Facility in a minute.
Yeah, if Terran can fortify this third, then that's a pretty strong position. But if Max Axa jumps on here, right now it's not that much Terran.
Can Terran survive at his natural? Never mind the third. It looks like Max Axa not going to try and attack there. I mean, I feel like he could have cleared out these mines and maybe crushed through, but not going to be super aggressive. Man, I just realized this isn't a wall, but anyway, at the Protoss third.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. It's a holder for vultures to pass by. But I do like this move here. I think I would have liked initially when backing off and putting mines if Theseus would have gone by the right side.
Well, all the advantage Protoss has might be evaporating right now. I don't know if pulling these makes sense because there's nothing else here to defend them. They actually had to range the cannon. Yeah, he realizes that's a lot of losses.
I mean, all these vultures.
You can't tell me it's not worth it though. How many probes do you kill? You get like more than 10 probes here.
Oh no, that's what I meant. I mean, if you wouldn't have moved the probes, I think all would have died.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because they can kill probes very fast. That amount of.
Protoss setting up opposite Terran here, just staring at each other across the cliff.
And we see Max Axa getting +1 air again, and the second Stargate.
Okay.
So I think we're going into carriers.
Not that I don't like it, but he needs like 2 more bases like right now, honestly. Terran is going to like get a big army and be able to fight him if he doesn't either stop this third or like double expand himself.
And maybe a fleet beacon.
I mean, yeah, that's probably a good move, but hey, he's playing the long games and wait for +1 air to finish, get +1 air armor, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're waiting for +2 before, but you probably want to start a mass carriers earlier.
Well, I want to see lots of storms, because look at the gas bank of Max Axa, like, it's huge right now.
Yeah, arbiters would make more sense with the resource distribution Max has at the moment. But I think it's a smart move not to mine the 4th gas.
Yeah, definitely you don't want that right now. And again, I feel like he just
Arbiter Tribunal coming up, so maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, he's gonna get those +3 arbiters. Here's the thing. He could just go carriers like way later, and getting the upgrades early will pay off in that case. I don't hate it, because honestly, this map is not bad for carriers. It's just bad for Protoss in every other way. You know, it's kind of tough for not Terran on this map. I feel like, just by virtue of like how few bases there are. and like how Terran can kind of cut it off pretty easily. But I mean, so far Protoss in an okay position. I'm just really worried that this third has gone up so easily here, and Protoss is expanding so sluggishly. I feel like Terran's just going to kind of catch up, and you know, in an even fight, Terran's always going to win.
Yeah, I mean, you can accept that Terran get this third up, even though I think you should probably have pounced on it after.
I think he still doesn't even know. Well, maybe he knows now, but he didn't know for a while. That's for sure. Oh my god, this natural. Oh my god, is there really nothing there? Okay, good.
One observer to avert. Oh, okay, so one batch of goons coming up.
That was scary. Imagine how much damage that could have done. That's a lot of goons. Okay, no, we got no problem here. No,
yeah, but we need to lay these mines. Cannot.
Okay, here's the expansions I wanted to see, so I'm feeling a bit better about Protoss' position now. Terran just sitting defensively, waiting for their +3 presumably. Or wait, +2. Damn, these upgrades are slower than they could have been, that's for sure.
But yeah, that was the point I was trying to make. Like, you can accept that Terran is getting this third up, but if you accept that...
What
oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
sorry,
all that stacked blue goo.
Yeah.
I mean, if you accept that the Terran is taking the third up, and you know you have like an army advantage, you probably want to like double or triple expand behind that.
We do see the fleet beacon, by the way, so I assume it's going to be Arbiters for a little bit and then carriers, and like I said, I actually quite like it. I think it's a pretty good strategy here.
Yeah, I mean, especially since they were banking quite a bit of gas at the time.
Yeah.
Like, opening Arbiters is more like direct. I mean, the carriers cost a lot of minerals.
Well, and Theseus can... Oh, these vultures coming in again, but not as efficient this time. Nice microing those probes away, and this cannon's going to clean that up, so...
Yeah, but they got some value.
Needs a few more probes for sure, especially with these other bases coming up. But then again, you go down to like 2 probes in the main or something, it'd be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, 6 Nexi can produce a lot of probes very fast.
It's true, it's true. Yeah, so here we go. +2 air weapons coming up. Is there an Arbiter in production? Okay, there is. Now, yeah, I was going to say, Stasis can like buy you a lot of time in terms of like being able to defend yourself. Now look at this. Terran realizes this base is like a hop, skip, and a jump away. Looks like he's going to try and come up here. Protoss has the forces, but they're not arrayed anywhere useful, and Terran's approaching max. Oh no, there's mines.
Yeah. And I think we're taking a 4th here behind this. Yes.
Yeah, more logical move. And like you said, Protoss kind of accepted that Terran's going to be able to do this, so I don't think he's going to be able to stop the 4th. Well, if Terran pushes forward too much, though, and gets picked off here, Protoss going to commit the entire armor. The Arbiter just comes out, EMPing some goons. Those Arbiters don't have energy, so... Oh my gosh, there's no detection here right now!
Oh,
the vessel's out of position. The scan finally goes down, but is it too late? The Zealot's doing a lot of damage. Goons getting in as well, but that's a lot of tanks. Is it enough?
Tanks out of position from the right side.
Yeah, that's a huge win for Protoss there.
That's some huge tank shells.
Look at the supply. It was like almost even. It was like 195 to 184 or something like that, and now 162 to 116. Protoss really needs to move in and deny this, though.
And it's unfortunate the engage happened just before +2 attack was done.
Yeah, an anti-timing attack there from Theseus. I think at any rate it was a ballsy attack to make.
Yeah, I mean, if you could claim the high ground, that would be a strong position.
2 paths here, and he didn't have like great mine defense on either side. Like, you really need to like totally block up one side and then deal the other. But again, I feel like Max Saxon not capitalizing on his win here. He needs to move forward and deny that base. Otherwise, Terran's kind of like, okay, well, it sucked, but I'll just do the same in 5 minutes, and like it's going to be even worse for you because I only have +3.
Yeah, I mean, you know that some tanks survive the engage, and there might be mines, but I still think you should absolutely try to capitalize if you get like a big engage like that one.
Yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, I mean, it does look like Theseus kind of has the defenses now. Did recall get researched? I wonder, that could be a move. There's no great recall defense anywhere that I can see.
The third, I think, looked pretty... I mean, I guess I've seen recall get off with like 11 turrets on the side. Oh yeah, of the base,
that's why I said I don't see any recall defense. I look at this and I don't see any recall defense at all. But like, you can recall any spot you want there. But look, I think what's going to happen now is Terran's going to win and engage because Protoss needs supply, so Protoss is going to be compelled to attack here and trade some stuff away. But then the carriers will come in here, man. And man, Protoss has a pretty sizable ground army anyway.
Yeah, I think if like all this army just moves 6 o'clock.
Well, here we go. He heard you. Oh, and there's stasis available, right? There's a lot of energy. Backs up. And man, again, missing that killer instinct when this is such a vulnerable spot. That's not a full wall, but this is a
No,
very narrow
and
location.
you don't want to go down the ramp
Well,
with a mainly goon army.
To be fair, he has to lose a lot of supply.
Yeah, true.
How
And
many
now
carriers
all the
does he want?
tanks.
You could get some really sick stasis here, so I'm not totally against this. I definitely agree this narrow
Recall?
location is... I mean, really? Just on the mineral line? Yeah, maybe. No? Just
Recall
chill.
behind the wall? No.
Did he research any spells? I don't know. Maybe he didn't. There you go.
I saw stasis. Yeah.
Okay, he needs to lay down like all the stasis he can. He's got so much energy here. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. No, that doesn't actually have energy. No. Come on, Arbiters, do something. Okay, there we go.
I would have much preferred for
Nice.
Maxa to go with the initial angle.
Yeah,
attack.
it would have probably immediately broken through. And now these goons getting splashed. Now, like I said, he doesn't need to lose some supply, but you can't lose all the goons. If he gets this CC, honestly, I think this was the right move because, like I keep saying, you just got to free the supply for carriers. And though this looks ugly. Okay, now it's getting bad. No, you want to go back. Yeah, okay. Although this looks ugly, I mean, if Terran isn't aware what's happening, this actually is still going to work out for Protoss.
Yeah. And also Max has spread out the Stargates. So
Wasn't that kind of...
you won't.
Isn't that kind of bad though? Because you might scan a carrier at any given moment. Now,
Yeah, but if you scan and just see one Stargate,
Theseus is scanning like every base except Protoss main.
all carriers at the 2 o'clock location.
Are they just going to swoop in and kill this base? I mean, that'd be a move. Still only
Yeah, there's
plus
only
2.
one Goliath.
Plus 3 hasn't started. Oh, this is a real problem for Terran. But yeah, I think Protoss definitely traded a bit too much away there. Not the best engagement, but I mean, Terran not really able to come across here. Terran's still just sitting back, so it's going to work out. I imagine if Terran could have pushed up and hit this 9, might have been a pretty good position, but Terran's still just timidly sitting defending, so far
Yeah,
so good for Protoss.
I'm actually not sure, like, where would you attack from here? Would you pressure... I guess if you take 9, and then you can probably buy the high ground, also get 10. But don't you get A moved from the natural then?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what the best way is. Look, I just think the problem is that 9 is so close to the Terran if they're taking this 4th. Even if they don't, like, attack in that direction, anytime that they have a little bit of map control, they can just send 3 tanks over. And look, we see the actual army is coming over here. And it only takes like 10 seconds to just move up here and suddenly you're threatening this base. And Protoss is never going to take any other bases except maybe the 3 o'clock, which is even more dangerous. So this is the real problem Protoss has on this map. Now look at this. The Terran army, like undetected until now, suddenly going to run into all these goons. These goons need to get out of here right now. Oh my god, it's going to
There's
be
a lot of tanks.
Goons, run away! Run away! The carrier's coming across. The goons don't need to die. They could just run back. Oh no.
Oh, there's no running away.
Well, that's
from
alright.
this.
He's making Terran feel overconfident before he cruelly smashes him with the carriers, so it's all worth it, right? Where are the interceptors at, though? There
Nice EMP.
they are. Yeah? But if there's no
It's
Goliaths, it kind of doesn't matter, though. I mean, yeah, he technically did a
And
lot
you
of shield
can-
damage, but what
On
does it even
siege
matter?
here, send a third to 9 o'clock, a third to 10 o'clock, and
Well, I don't know.
10.
I think he's already lost too many. I think these tanks are going to get picked off here. The vessel's getting picked off. Stasis is some random units just for the extra cruelty.
The Soul Goliath gets stasis.
Okay, a couple Goliaths coming up here. The EMP carriers, they might be able to do some damage to one, but I know that Arbiter helping out too, making this so much more deadly.
Yeah.
Another EMP going to go down, but again, does it really even matter? Oh, the D-Matrix! Is he a hero?
Arbiter and carriers are a strong composition.
Oh, I'm like, where are all the interceptors? I realized half of them are attacking this tank. Oh god, 2 more carriers coming here. And here we go. Protoss going to go for this base. Well, Terran not able to pressure any of his own. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it would have been better if Terran at least sent some tanks over to the 9 to distract Protoss, let him get his defenses up. But now, I mean, you're not going to stop these carriers with like a few turrets.
Yeah, I mean, you can't defend this base at this point, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Terran's going to lose this. But, I mean, Terran could... I think the best move here is you try and expand on the left and push on the left while carriers are over here. And if the carriers move back to the left, you kind of just come back and take the base anyway.
Yeah, but if you lose your production...
That's true. But I don't think it's that easy for carriers to kill Terran production. Anytime carriers are going in the Terran main, it's kind of tricky to actually pull that off. I mean, this is a lot of carriers. And there is, like, no turrets there, so that's a good point.
It seems like Maxa didn't get... it's halfway research, +4 interceptors.
Oh, is that why there's so few? That's embarrassing. Oh dear. Well, I mean, he's kind of doing it anyway, though. I don't think this is enough Goliaths. They might get a carrier. Nice micro so far from Maxa. Actually, really nice micro. But Theseus does have enough to kind of get up here, I think. Well,
Storm getting researched.
yeah, that's going to be
plus
absolutely
weapons.
devastating. God, MaxX is banking so much here, though. We can see he's really not losing that much, whereas Theseus economy really on the ropes. I really like that carrier micro. He really beautifully moved them back and did as much damage as he could, and he's coming back for another round here. Now, the Terran ground army going for revenge at the same time. There's a token
it's a
Protoss
really
ground
nice little
force.
pocket.
Yeah, man, I don't want to play TVP on this map after seeing this. I don't want to have to deal with this. The thing is, the same aspects... Well, hang on, a fight happening here. Like I said, the token Protoss ground army, just going to slow this down for a few seconds. The carriers will have to pull back if MaxX doesn't want to start losing everything here. Yeah, those goons probably would have been better served just running away and fighting somewhere else.
I mean, with this carrier army, you can be okay with losing your production and like going for a base trade as Protoss, I think.
Well, he doesn't have infinite money here, though. Let's not get crazy here. He doesn't want to just lose all those goons for free. Imagine if the goons just ran to the left side of the map, and while this fight's happening, they just counterattack somewhere. You know, because he doesn't really need them for this fight. They wouldn't be doing anything because there's just so many tanks. All you care about is killing the Goliaths. And to that end, Storm is very good, but
that's a lot of Goliaths at this point. And now they are +3, +2.
Does he finally have 8 interceptors per carrier? Oh, yeah, they're building, but it might be enough Goliaths pushing back for now. Oh my gosh. Trying to pick off the tanks, but I question that decision a lot when he hardly has any ground army at all. Oh no, he needs to get out of here, or he's about to lose a lot of carriers. Where's the scans at? No energy?
I mean, it's actually kind of tight here.
Yeah, but I feel like if Terran scanned immediately and started hitting carriers, Protoss would have either had to fall back or would have lost the fight. And see, look at that, 2 carriers fall just like that. That's all he had to do.
2 very damaged carriers.
Yeah, which is why I'm kind of like, if Terran just scanned earlier, he would have crushed this. But now I think Protoss is going to pull this off, going to crush this army. And, I mean, Terran doesn't have that much more money after this. Well, more reinforcements, though.
Where are they? But yeah, I mean, like, you can probably keep, like, the Interceptor count down.
But Protoss has lots of minerals to rebuild them, and I mean, it's enough carriers. And look at this, these Zealots getting in, actually doing a lot of splash damage thanks to the tanks. And that's going to be enough to clean up those Goliaths. A few more coming up, but I think Protoss is overwhelming.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is 9 carriers, even with 2 going down.
Yeah, plus 3 air weapons done. No air armor, but nonetheless, going to be dishing out the damage. Yeah, it's just not enough.
I mean, for every upgrade, when you have a +8, it's practically 1 more carrier for each carrier.
Yeah, right?
So
yeah, that's a good point. And yeah, now he finally pushes him back. And look at the banks. Like, Terran has no money in the bank. He's just mining this 4th, just taking this base now, which I have to say is a really missed opportunity. He should have been taking that the whole time. And this right-hand side base, pretty undefended. The only problem for Protoss is, like, it's very hard to actually take the 3 o'clock and mine from it. But that's the only difficulty I really see. Ooh, free carrier? Well, that's nice at least. I mean, that's efficiency, but is it efficient enough at this point? Protoss almost double the supply here. And that's only by virtue of there being a supply limit.
10 carriers now. Yeah. And now also a ground army to support it. Plus 1 air is being researched. The Kedrin amulet.
Oh, here are these vessels. Yeah, we haven't seen a single storm yet, have we? Oh, these zealots getting in here. Oh, a handful of zealot goon is enough to make this impossible for Terran. Nice move here by MaxX. They're just bringing those along. And they can just fight the zealots toe-to-toe, no problem, while the carriers do their work.
Yeah. I really like the D-Matrix play here from Theseus, but I mean, this is so much Protoss.
It's something,
so
but
much Protoss.
Yeah, GG. MaxX takes the first game. You know, pretty, I guess I'd say it was a rough game, but it's not like MaxX was ever really in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, after the initial big engage, it's a very tough game.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think carriers are probably, like, overall stronger than Arbiter play on 2-player maps.
Yeah, I was going to say before all the fights interrupted me, I think the reasons that Butter is bad for Protoss is the same reasons it makes it good for carriers. Because, you know, it's very, like, narrow and, like, hemmed in, and there's, like, cliffs and narrow pathways, all of which are good for carriers, that's the thing.
Yeah, and you don't have, like, I mean, Arbiters, you need a ground army to support it, while with carriers you want to have less ground units, since that frees up more supply for carriers.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as we saw, he got rid of all of them for that CC, which was probably worth it in the end. Alright, in the bottom right here, in the blue, we have MaxX, and in the bottom left, in the magenta, we have Theseus. Currently MaxX up 1 game for United Emu Directorate. Can he close it out in this best of 3? You won on Butter, which, like I said, I think is bad for Protoss. So, what about Goodnight? I think this is Protoss' map to win, to be honest. I like it a lot for Protoss because you can get that Nexus first pretty much with impunity. Is one very positive aspect. There's a lot of bases you can take. Those high grounds very hard to deal with if you just get some cannons and a pylon wall up there. That said, Terran has pretty easy fourth as well. But I don't know, if you're ready to play that deep, long game with those carriers and stuff like that, I think it looks good for Protoss here.
Yeah, I mean you have access to like going for all the corners type of play.
Yes, of course.
And also the high grounds I think are good for defensive playing in general.
Yes.
The plateaus, so to speak.
But that does favor Terran to some extent.
Yeah, like you can get a solid like 4 gas kind of formation with the corner, but so it favors in various points of the game for the two races, so to speak. But as the game goes on, there's still a lot of bases for Protoss to take.
Yes, if you look at it compared to Butter, like Protoss basically took all the bases they could take last game on Butter. It was enough to win, but if they weren't able to win with that, it would have started looking very dicey.
Yeah.
Right, well.
And also, like, it's I mean, it's a lot of different paths to attack, and you might be forced into a split map scenario, which not a lot of CPL Terrans feel super comfortable with.
Yeah, well, really? You think so? Because I would say that always favors Terran.
Yeah, but from how to say, the impression I've gotten from talking with Terrans is that many feel that they don't really like they feel that the split map thing is a bit hard.
Well, I suppose.
Maybe because of like it opens up a lot of different angles for recalls. Maybe.
If I think about this map, actually, it is kind of tricky because it has a lot more open paths than, say, like I don't know, Polypoid. If you split the map, Polypoid's tough for recalls, I will say. But as far as defending on the ground, it's not that hard because there are like 3 kind of avenues. Whereas this map, you kind of have the high grounds on each side as well as the middle. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. My take on that still, though, is if you have half the map as Terran, all you need to do is defend, and you should be able to win.
Yeah.
The thing is, you get in that situation, it's hard to get all your defenses up for recall in all locations before Protoss starts attacking, basically, is the difficulty there. And of course, if Protoss suddenly finds a location weak on the ground and runs through, they can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a bit like split map in Zerg versus Protoss.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't favor Zerg for the longer the game goes on, since when you mine out, Protoss has all the infinite value machines and Zerg has queens, which can't even kill Reavers.
But I think in the long run, queens do not win because you can't deal with Archons and Reavers, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the only infinite value machine Zerg has in the matchup.
Yeah.
Compared to Dark Archons and Templars.
Obviously, in the split map, Dark Archon is like the best unit, probably.
Yeah.
I guess it's not quite as good as Siege Tanks because they don't outrange them, but in general, pretty damn good.
Yeah, and but the favor, the advantage for Zerg is that they can attack several bases at the same time with like cracklings that doesn't cost much.
True.
And they can drop. So I guess it's a bit comparable. Like you can attack the 9 o'clock, you can attack 6 o'clock, and you can recall the main. There's many different ways to attack for Protoss.
It is quite similar if you think about it, because Protoss can send 6 zealots somewhere, and if they all die to mines, it's not really that big a deal, for example. And Zerg could Doom Drop, Protoss can recall. Probably Doom Drop's probably slightly easier to deal with, because you can.
But more deadly.
Somewhat. I think if you have like a bunch of cannons up, and yes, the units will still come out, but you kind of have enough to do some damage to them. Where recall is kind of all or nothing. If you don't kill the Arbiter, then it's going to get its full effect. Is the issue there?
Yeah, but 20 cracklings can kill a base in 5 seconds.
It's true.
Okay,
I don't have anything to say to that, but I don't think that means what I said was wrong. By the way, sneaky 2-fac here. Theseus built the bunker, but he's actually going 2-fac, and Protoss did not poke through to check it. Theseus alright, screw this, I'm not dealing with carriers, I'm dealing with any of this crap, I am gonna kill you. I don't care about your ramps, I am gonna go straight up them with my 3 tanks and my 6 marines. Protoss, your time to die has come.
Yeah, and in the first game we saw Maxa take a very fast third and didn't pressure the bunker with the goons.
well, here we go.
Yeah, just kept them there. So
Yeah.
I actually really like this move.
Yeah, and I mean, I would rather he'd leave with the tanks because you get a few free shots. Nice reaction time from Max Axa, but yeah, if you lose a goon there as Max Axa, it's very dicey. But I suppose, like we were talking about in game 1, you can see that versus 2-fac, holding these ramps really not feasible. Because what have you got? You've got 2 goons. You can't fight this. You'll just lose them. Maybe he's going to take a couple shots at the Marines, then run back. Well, he needs to run back. Okay, yeah. So far, so good. Oh, see, this is the issue. Against 3 tanks, you can't really be doing this kind of micro. You just take too much damage. Nice micro pulling the wounded one back. Shield battery on the way. Yeah, definitely necessary here, because it's looking very scary for Protoss right now. Now, he did go for the 2-gate robo, which is fine. Should be able to defend this, but he needs some good micro here. He really needs to pull back a bit behind that shield battery. I feel tank hitting the goon. No shield battery used yet. He's not even using it. Oh, no. Absolutely crushing. The probe's not being pulled to fight either. The shield battery didn't even get used. So Terran just rolling through here, not even building a bunker. He's just like, all right, I'm just gonna come and shoot your stuff. Can he just run up the ramp here? I guess that's a bit dicey.
I think you want the ramp. You don't know what's up there, but
True.
you can check.
Oh, don't go down there with that goon. Do not go down there with that goon. Okay, good. No, that's good. But no observer. So what are these probes going to do? They can't be reinforced. And yeah, no, he loses a bunch of probes, and he's going to lose the Nexus. You can see that with this build, Terran's economy is garbage. But Protoss is going to have to be very inefficient getting back out of this contain, and it buys time for Terran to actually get a hit here, theoretically. Well, let's see. Game definitely not over at this point. It's just a matter of, can Terran hold the contain? Oh, that's a lot of vultures.
Yeah, that's a lot of vultures, and they have mines and speed.
Oh, wow.
4 guns is not enough to hold this.
That's the trade-off. You normally don't see speed here, you normally see siege right away. And we can see this is a bit of an issue right now. He's able to hit that bunker. But going down the ramp, I mean, I think Theseus should be able to hold this. Oh, getting free hits on those vultures too.
Oh,
how is that not in range? Oh, there's nothing in the bunker, right. Well, I don't know about this though. This seems overly aggressive. I think you need to wait for more. Oh, a mine. Well, it actually hits that vulture, I guess. You know, Max actually needs some patience here. Like I said, Terran's economy is trash behind this, so you really don't have to break out so fast. I think if you just wait till you're absolutely ready, it is strong. Oh man, he's going to lose a goon to this bunker. Okay, maybe not.
No.
Siege mode!
Yeah, I think
okay,
that was a bit too overambitious.
Yeah, definitely too early there to try and break out. But Terran still has no CC, so honestly, Protoss is still okay as long as he can break out of this at some point. I don't think Protoss is doing that badly. Now, he did lose some probes with the expansion, but I mean, not too many that you can't just transfer again if he retakes it. But this is the problem now. If Terran can set up this very strong contain and make it too inefficient for Protoss, then that's how he wins the game here. Man, I'm amazed he still doesn't have a CC. This is kind of crazy.
Personally, I would have liked for eBay to have been made here on location.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah, block everything up.
Vision.
No, never mind that. Also, just leave it on the ground to block stuff.
Yeah, that would also have been good.
Absolutely. The only problem with that, I would say, is if Protoss is going DT, they could just invest absolutely everything to trying to deny the eBay, and then they'd probably be able to break out and kill you.
Yeah, it's true, but then you kinda know that it's DT, and DT would have already been out.
It's true, and there are mines, so that's a good point. Yeah, you're probably right about that. And to be honest, I don't know why I'm arguing this, because when I play this, I do build the eBay on location as well. I don't know about this.
Zealots in the shuttle. No, you need to drop them on the tanks.
Well, they're doing something. The goon's trying to get down here, but again, I think Max Axis a bit too impatient. Needed to wait till he really had enough, or maybe elevate it out, but now he's lost absolutely everything. GG.
Yeah, GG.
He's just putting pressure on.
He actually still was ahead in workers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Terran's economy was trash. The only issue was the contain. Like, if he just was patient, waited for, like, maybe some tech, I don't know what he could have gone for there, or elevated out or anything like that. Things you could just elevate out a probe, try and sneak a base. There's a lot of options that are not attacking at that exact moment when he really did not have enough. Oh yeah, sorry, I did not update the bot. Complicates, don't at me. It's not set 0 Neblime, it's Neblime and Ash.Return. Let me just update that real quick before we start the next game. Alright, there you go. If anyone uses the command now, it should be working. Swede 0. There you go. That's the correct one. Well, we were talking about 2-fac, right? I did say it was a good build. For once, cast not in effect. Alright. Starting in the top right here. In the blue, we have Max Axa. Going for blue every game, it seems like. And the bottom left, in the magenta, we have Theseus. Here on Eclipse. if you don't go for gas steel, why are you even playing Protoss and Eclipse? Honestly.
You can't tell that it's a playoff. I think all games so far have been in top versus bottom.
Ah, well, I like these colors. I'm going to keep them. The colors have been good.
Yeah, I will keep them, but I'm just saying I always check at start of the game if it is possible to change.
Okay, just so you can judge them.
Yeah, exactly. So I know who to berate after the cast.
It's Neblime, isn't it?
It's Neblime.
Hey, my playoffs one was in top versus bottom. I can promise you that.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so looks like it's not going to be a gas steel. I'm very disappointed. Look, again, I don't understand why you would not go for it, to be honest. Like, it just seems to have so many advantages and so few downsides on this map. Especially these spawn positions. This is the way easy one to get because your probe just comes in right there, whereas in the reverse, you kind of have to come up and sneak around. But I'm sure he has some plan that makes it make sense. Maybe just to keep Terran on their toes so they don't know what to expect.
Yeah. I mean, if you send a probe later, you get more minerals, and if you don't make a simulator, you get more minerals.
Yes.
But you do lose a lot of like mental pressure advantage, so to speak. Like if you come in with the probe early.
Well, the thing is, the income you lose, you make up with probe harass because you're trying to hit the SCV building, and then you have to pull SCVs to deal with that as well. And I think generally speaking, when Terran gets gas stolen, they have to scout as well, unless it's a particularly late timing. So I think it kind of earns itself back. You know, that's why I'm such a fan of it. And
I think that's a fair argument. I like to nine drone scout.
Well, you know, people probably shouldn't listen to me because I pylon scout on every map in every position. So I just like getting that probe in there. All right, so let's come out here. Yeah, intriguing again. We got this Zealot when it's such a long rush distance. I mean, it's not like the SimCity isn't easy to set up here now. Theseus is pretty confident, not relying on any depots, just using the barracks CC. But I mean, if it's only one Zealot, it's not really going to be that threatening anyway. So yeah, I don't know if the Zealot's can ultimately be worth it.
I guess if you make the Zealot, Terran can't go like Gas Expo and that makes the CC before the factory.
Well, the thing is, you can. You just need to like use your Marines and SCVs. It's not that hard. You just kind of build a bunker as well, and you're good.
Just micro.
Yeah, pretty much. Just micro better than your opponent. It's easy. Look, I will say one Zealot is not hard to deal with. You know, you get to this kind of level with Terran, talking tier 1. I feel like... Man, the +1 air weapons again, by the way. I feel like you should be able to deal with one Zealot, you know? But obviously Theseus just choosing to go for the factory, which is fine. Wow, that Zealot got messed up by that probe. Oh my god! Okay, catches it.
Oh, and the Theseus 2 factory.
Yeah, once again, Theseus trying it. Oh, I mean, if all his Marines die, it's not going to work out well, is it? See, if you go gas steel, this could never happen. You can never get 2 factoried. Oh my god, this Marine! He's a brave Marine, but it paid off. Okay, so see this Zealot...
The SCV blocking.
I mean, it's not getting that much done, but to get an SCV, and I guess seeing the 2 factory totally makes it worth it. Or if he gets a Marine. Oh, the probe got such a long range shot there. That was actually crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually really bad for Terran now. Because if you're going to be trying to push out, you can't be dealing with this. That SCV could have killed him!
The SCV stopped just on the last hit.
Oh, okay, there we go. Cleans it up. But now the goon's coming.
Get Vulture first from Theseus.
Uh-oh, cue the wide Protoss walk. He's coming in here. Uh-oh. And he's just going right in. He doesn't even care. Okay.
Can you really bleed this amount of units versus 2 factory?
Absolutely not. Well, here's the thing. He's going for, like, mines right away, I assume, so he can kind of push him back, I think, but Protoss just expanding behind this. Very happy to just keep doing damage and building up, and I don't think Terran's going to get anything done with the aggression here. Now, he did cut goons to get this expansion, interestingly, so I do want to see him reinforce. If these vultures get out and start laying mines everywhere, it could actually become very dangerous.
Yeah, I do like I mean, it seems like Theseus is kind of going for like the TVT build. Like,
I will say, even in TVT, you still get 2 machine shops, so you get minus speed run away, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not a fan of doing this and just getting mines. I really like getting 2 machine shops and getting them both run away. Is very important, I think, because it's just so much more threatening to like run into your base and whatever with speed. Okay, well, here we go. He did build a tank. So actually, no, this is like the modern TVP2 fac, actually. Although you still don't go Vulture first. But yeah, where you just get the 1 machine shop and the mines. But having lost those Marines, this gets a lot harder. And look at that, he's going to build a bunker. He's going to expand now. Man, that's crippling for Terran. So Protoss cutting probes at the natural though. I don't know if intentionally.
I think it's a mind game.
At this point though, he's literally seen 2 factories. I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, you lost the initial Marines, and he did pull workers off gas. Didn't get the second shop.
I mean, I think it's gonna be real. I think he's.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's actually going for the 2 factor. I think the bunker is the mind game. Like you could go like 180 and try to like go macro behind here.
Well, he's building a command center.
Okay.
But Protoss is just like, okay, I'm going to build a 3rd Nexus then, which I think is the perfect response to this. I'm still concerned about the probe count, but it is catching up. It's ahead now. And Terran does have these mines. See, imagine if you hadn't got any tanks, you just went for speed, you could probably do this and get vultures out running around the place. I think it would have been way better. Because there's only a couple goons here. It's not too much that you can't overwhelm it with vultures.
Yeah, you definitely can. I mean, I guess, like, one counter, or so to speak, like one way that people do counter 2 fact is going for Dark Templars, so with defensive mines here.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think he's like, well, I'm not going to be able to push, I just want to make sure I don't die. If goons are trying to attack, you can use your unsieged tank, and goons can't do anything about it if there's mines as well, because they can't run forward. So I think that generally makes sense.
I definitely agree that I would have liked these vultures on the map rather than in the natural.
Yeah. Well, and we can see that one tank he got to begin with didn't really do anything for him. It's not like he was about to die. Yeah, he was in a bad position because he took a lot of damage, but it's not like Protoss was coming to kill him and he needed a tank to survive, right? He could have absolutely taken this natural without it, and if he got speed instead, he would have been out there with these vultures stopping this 3rd and maybe even threatening some harass to kind of actually get some damage back. But now, Protoss has 3 bases, ahead in probes. I mean, their army's a little bit smaller, but other than that, Terran doesn't really have anything going for him.
I do think Maxa here cut goons to get the pylon wall and the 3rd up.
I think it's a good move though. I think it absolutely pays off. Ooh, goons. Nice. Ooh, observer coming out too. That's a nice observer timing too, given everything's going on. Oh wait, there's already another one in the Terran main. They're everywhere. Okay, so he sees Terran does not have that much going on. Going for the Armory Academy. Even with the eBay already. Theseus forced to just sit back and play so defensive. Man, nothing's going to happen in this game for like 10 minutes. Hey, that's also not a wall, by the way. X needs to work on his walls.
But I think maybe it's like if Terran would have gone for a starport follow-up, you want to be able to move in goons. Here you can block with one goon.
Maybe it's deliberate. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. You're probably right.
But it do look a bit wonky, like if speed vultures are very fast.
Well, 4th base going to come up here. I love that move actually. I think that's really good here.
Do you think 5 o'clock is the correct position for it?
I think it's fine.
Make the pylon block the ramp, I guess.
Actually, you know what? I do like it, because if you go to 12 o'clock, or would you call it 11 o'clock, whichever you call it, it's like Terran probably is expecting that as the next one. There might be vultures and mines there. It's generally more open. And I think, dragging Terran in 2 directions pretty good. Well, hang on, no base going down, just a pylon. Never mind.
Maybe it's just a spotter. Maybe it is as a bit nervous for dropships.
Late Stargate here, unfortunately. Temple Archive's finished before the Stargate even started, so Arda's going to be a bit delayed here. 4th gate only just coming down. Now, Terran has built up a pretty good force here, but it's a very long way to push all the way across the map, and Protoss can ramp up their production so easily, but Terran has cut so many SCVs here, I can't imagine what the plan is other than just going and killing him. Okay, here we go. Is Max actually going to have time with all this investment in the economy to ramp up the army again? The Observer sees the move out right away, but I wish these goons were across the map to slow this down. If these goons run all the way across, it's a big problem.
Yeah, goons need to get up on the high ground to late, or they're running around.
This is an alternative. You can just go for the counterattack. I think it's okay, as long as Terran doesn't have much there, and he does not have much there. It's like a bunker. There's nothing in it and a few mines. So that could be the play here. Can't waste any time, though. Yeah, he needs to move in right now, because Terran's not waiting.
One shop.
Oh no, these goons sorry, what?
Yeah, I don't think you can give up this high ground just for free.
I think you can, as long as you're hitting the Terran natural, but his goons didn't do anything. They're just kind of chilling, which is the main issue here. And now Terran's in this really deadly position for free. Protoss did not do anything to stop this. Goon's going to run back here into these mines and tanks. Oh, this is going to be a disaster. This looks really bad for Protoss right now. Oh my gosh.
I would really have like more mines a bit further south.
Doesn't really matter, because Terran's just crushing this. And this is an absolute disaster for Protoss. And like I said, he kind of just gave the position to Terran for free. You've got to either put your goons between the army and where it wants to go to slow it down, or just counterattack immediately. You can't just let Terran run in and take the position, because now, like, look at this spot. How are you going to deal with this? Some Speed Zealots come out, but look, what are you going to do with, like, 3 or 4 Speed Zealots? Oh, here we go. Tanks moving in. Okay, goons coming in again. Some more goons from the back. The Observer's out of position still. There could have been Observers to deal with these mines, but they just are not. I don't know where they are.
There were no mines, so the Zealots couldn't do a mine drag.
Yeah, smart.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, all the Protoss units dying. Looks like Maxax is just going to be killed right here, to be honest. Even though he has his third, I don't think it really matters. Yeah, GG.
Yeah.
Gotta respect that push. Gotta respect the push. So that's 2-1. Another reverse sweep. Theseus taking it. And that makes it 6-5 for GOSU.
Actually, I really like that timing. It reminded me a bit of like in Server vs Protoss when you do a delayed free hatch Hydra timing.
Yeah, well, I'll say about that, it was like kind of like a blind, desperate attack. Because Theseus really had nothing going for him. He was just hoping that Maxaxa just got all economy, no tech, no units. And he did, so it worked perfectly. If Maxaxa had just been powering, he would have been crushed.
Yeah, I mean, it felt very deliberate, like saw the Observer start +1, but then attack before +1 has gone too far. And like just powering up, expanding, and you know that the Terran will, the Protoss will try to get the greedy expansion up, but still like keep SCV count low to maximize army. I felt it was deliberate.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not saying it wasn't deliberate. I'm just saying it was a very much like guerrilla type play where if he didn't expand, he would have died.
Yeah, I mean it's a very polarizing play.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's the way to put it. Okay, we're gonna jump into our next series here. In the top right, in the pink, we have Frog, and the bottom right, in the white, we have Haram Terran, aka Eskia Prime. Nope, it's not top of spawn. One time I want to do it, it's not top of spawn. God damn it. Eskia here for GOSU and Frog for United Emu Directorate. Now the score updated. GOSU has taken the lead again. Remember, it's 1st to 10 wins the overall series, so it's not going to be decided today based on the matches we've already seen, because there's not that many matches to get to 10. But if GOSU takes the lead, it's going to look pretty good for them going into, I believe, the tier 3 is the only remaining cast to go here.
Yeah, obviously, as soon as there's some bad colors in the game isn't hosted on top versus bottom.
Right. Even if you host a top versus bottom, it just defaults back to melee.
Yeah, probably.
Look, man, who doesn't want to host the game in melee mode? It just sounds cool, and there's no real reason that it's called that, so come on.
Yeah, hosting one versus one.
Who wants to host 1 versus 1? Ugh. Sounds too try-hard. Like, are we playing freaking, like, I don't know, like original ladder or something? Like, God, 1 versus 1. Okay, so TVZ now, jumping into the so-called flagship matchup. We've had our Mirror, we've had our TVP. I'm sure PVZ will rear its ugly head sooner or later. This is CPL, of course.
Yeah, I do like the matchup spread tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just that, you know, there's none of a certain matchup I'm very sad about. There's no TBT.
Yeah. Ack.
Very disappointing.
Yeah. I think you'll have your chance to cast some Terran versus Terrans.
So I hear. Oh, gas going up. Oh, I like it. Eskia bringing something different. You know, mech on this map will probably be really strong. For the same reasons that Protoss has a hard time. And look, honestly, in general, this map kind of sucks for Zerg, I have to say. Muto-Harass is okay. It's not bad for Muto-Harass, but the problem is later in the game, Zerg just really has nowhere to go. And Terran has easy enough bases to take.
Yeah. Two-player maps in general isn't fantastic for Zerg.
Well, I'd say Eclipse is fine. I would say Eclipse is pretty even for TVZ.
Yeah, I mean, for Eclipse is like almost as close as to like perfect balance, especially in terms of statistics.
Yeah.
Like I think the worst matchup is like 54 or 46.
I mean, that's not great. But what matchup is that? Is that TVZ?
I think yeah.
Because TVZ tends to be like the most uneven matchup, right? Statistically.
Yeah.
So that, I guess that's not too bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like all the other matchups are like 52, 51 ish.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Eclipse is
So-
pretty well balanced. What's another 2-player map though? Just to think about TVZs. What's another 2-player map people actually played?
I mean, I think Overwatch had good statistics balance-wise.
I'm trying to think of Overwatch TVZ. It seems fine for Zerg, unless Terran goes mech. Then it's a bit.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
very
mean,
strong for
anytime Terrans go mech, they have to get through the early game, right? So it's kind of not that bad a consideration.
Yeah. But as you say, I think this map is good for mech for the same reasons
I think
carriers are good.
it's just bad for Zerg versus Bio or mech. Honestly, I don't think it's you have to
Yeah.
go mech to take advantage.
No, I mean to elaborate on the interesting choice to go mech.
Well, he could go back into Bio, right? Could still just be a 1-1-1. In fact, she should be building a starport. I mean, it looks like he wants to go for the CC, but okay, not a great build here from Eskia Prime. If it was going to be Goliath build, you're supposed to cut off gas, so the CC is a bit delayed.
Oh yeah, you take all workers of gas, right?
Yes, you do. And we can see he has all this gas in the bank he can't use. So already, I'm kind of worried for Eskia. And this is tier 1. We don't expect perfection, but given what the other players have been bringing in playoffs, I mean, this is not what I expected. Yeah, the last couple of games, there were definitely some money banked, but as far as the early build orders went, there's nothing to complain about. So, I'm feeling Frog right now. So far, doing everything right. That Spire down on time. Looking pretty strong. Okay, here comes that Vulture.
Solid drone numbers. The second gas coming up.
Yeah, one sunken should be plenty.
I think if you go for the sunken defense, the sunken variation of working against mech, you probably want the third hatchery.
We're playing chess now. This is the sunken defense. That's what it sounds like.
It's the sunken variation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's the most common one, but you will want something to kind of cut off movement path from for the vultures.
And it certainly seems like Frog's thinking of taking a third hatchery here, which I think is what you're supposed to do. Now, of course, these mutas going to be tricky to deal with. Oh, look at that Ling again. When did that even happen? That's nice, getting the full scout. Gonna see that this Goliath range is gonna be pretty late if he's keeping track of when that armory just finished. So, I mean, you could potentially do a lot with Mutalisks here. Is that an eBay? That better be an eBay. That is not an eBay. There is no eBay. This is a bit dicey for Terran, I have to say.
A bit gutsy. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, look, if your Goliath range was done, you could kind of take the bio principle of okay, you can attack my base, but I'll be attacking yours. But with no Goliath range and no Goliath even in production, I feel like the muta's going to come in here and just, hit one spot then the other. As long as Frog isn't too timid with it. I mean, we need to see aggression from Zergia to take advantage of this. Because if not, then Terran's kind of gotten away with getting 3 factories really fast and not being punished
Transport?
for it. Transport? What? Oh, well, ventral sacks?
Drop?
You mean ventral sacks? Yeah, that must be a misclick, right? What are you doing with that so early? There's no way, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a misclick. But another added benefit here with Ling was that you Isaiah had to go back with the vultures, so that left open a free path to take the third with the third hatchery instead of making it a sim city.
Right, yeah, absolutely. That's actually really strong for Zerg. And look, these mutas are coming across, not bringing their full strength, but here they come. eBay's finished. So turret's going to start just now. So I guess it's not going to be that much of a window for Zerg. Oh, and he pulls back to chase the vulture.
Yeah, but you kind of want to get rid of the vulture, else you can't Maynard drones over to the third.
I have to say I'm disappointed Zerg didn't come across though and start smashing Terran here, because if I did this in my ladder games, I feel like Zerg absolutely would just come and kill me. But now the turrets are up, Goliath range not going to be too far away. It looks like Terran is going to be fine here. I suppose here on Butter it's a pretty far air distance too, so maybe I was just freaking out over nothing. Oh no, you don't want
I mean, if you rally point directly from your main, it's not that bad, but it looks here like Frog is going for, I think, one of the ways of dealing with mech that I think Soma popularized, where you just get like a handful of mutas and then you quickly transition to Hydras.
Yeah, I definitely prefer that. I think it's the way stronger way to play, because if you just stick with mutas, you're kind of just in this staring contest, but Terran also has a knife under the table called Science Vessel, and so if they don't blink before they bring the knife up, fine, but if they do blink, fine, but if they don't and then they just stab you, it's like, okay, well, that was my strategy.
As long as Terran doesn't spot it and transfer to tanks early, it's a quite strong, but also
Well,
a
here's the
bit
thing,
polarizing in that
I
way.
feel like with this fast Hydra transition, right, even if Terran knows exactly what you're doing, it's still not bad. You still just have the units you kind of need. Interestingly about this, we don't see the move out from Eskia to try and pressure that third, which is normally what you see with this build. And maybe that's a product of having got the later glide range, having to stay back a bit more. But that's pretty good for Zerg, I feel like, if he just gets up that third, no problem. But he does need to drone up some more, okay, and they're just hatched. At least
Yeah,
you just need to get
I mean, that's mainly the... Oh...
Okay, not too bad, not too bad. He lost 2.
Still 7 alive, that's enough to one-shot.
And he's keeping
them,
Terran
so-
back, which honestly makes this all worth it.
Yeah.
Still low the drone count.
The main issue I have with going for a fast Hydra transition is that you kind of need like a lot of drones, especially if you're going double evolution chamber.
Yeah, he's really playing the long game here, but the Mutalisks might have spent all the time they had. Oh, no, 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 get out of there! Oh, they're getting slaughtered. Well, Terran knows now they didn't have to respect these.
Yeah, and I mean, you must sense now as Terran that Zerg didn't commit to Mutas, else wouldn't be pressuring with just 7-8 Mutas.
Yeah, I mean, now he might be able to do a bit of a move out here. I don't know, did he get any upgrade? No, it's not done yet. Just started +1 armor, in fact.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, triple sunken coming up, and that'll do the job, but I mean, still, Zerg's economy not
that's
great.
a lot of Hydras. And no tanks out.
Yeah, I don't think Terran's going to do anything here, but I mean, he's put enough pressure on that really I feel like Zerg's economy is not where it should be. But that said, Terran SCV count is startlingly low as well. So both players really struggling to get off the ground here. I mean, look at that third. That's a very sad third with 1 drone mining.
Yeah. All his bodies became sunken colonies when they grew up.
Oh, it left him behind. He's just still in his hometown working in the mineral mines.
And his bodies went to college and became sunkens.
Oh, you know what? Eskia has a good point here. He got all the sunkens on that side, but what about the other side? Ooh. Well, one of those sunkens has to die as well, apparently. That's a full wall? That's interesting. Okay, these Goliaths do not want to be in this location, though. This is the wrong way to attack. Mutalisks actually pretty good at tanking Goliaths, surprisingly, but these Hydra's going to be enough, I think, to push this back. And yeah, Eskia going to have to
if
shoot
you
up this
don't
ramp.
abuse the high ground.
Yeah. No, and I mean, Frog smartly does not chase him up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far I think Frog playing, pretty calmly. Maybe the 3 sunkens is a bit panicked, but other than that, I kind of like how Frog's playing. Not trying to do anything crazy. He's just, he put the pressure on with the mutas. He's just defending. And Eskia, like I was saying earlier, I feel like was a little bit unprepared for this opening, but now that the opening's happened, it does look pretty strong. Getting the 5 factories, getting the 3rd base. I love that we're seeing Terran going up to a 3rd base with Met, because a lot of the time, at least in the past, you see Terran go for this glaive opening and just go for the 2 base all in, which is strong, but I like to see the variation of going for the longer game as well, because it's very interesting. You don't see TVZ mech that often these days.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, and I really like the timing of the engage for Isaiah, since it was just before 1-1 finished. It finished as the engage was over.
Well, Eskia's got some problems now. There's still no tanks.
Exposed.
Yeah, that's a lot of Hydras.
First tank popping out now. Siege mode not done.
I guess Frog sensed it.
If Frog would have pounced on the natural here, I think it would be over.
Well, you don't want to anger those SCVs. They're just the sleeping giants here.
It's true, and I mean, you don't know if there are like 4 tanks sieged already.
Well, there could even be a bunker there, right? Oh, he's gonna get that barracks. It's kind of nice. Hydra is so good at killing buildings.
Repair AgGe to the rescue.
Of course, of course. Look, so if we agree that, too many siege tanks in one place is just OP, Zerg's really good at killing buildings. What has Protoss got? The best spellcasters? I don't know, no, Defiler's the best spellcaster, what am I saying?
They got carriers.
Carrier's pretty good. The football team of Zealots is also a force to be
reckoned with. Indeed. But we see Frog is really committing to the Hydras. But now he's getting some more drones, but we were stuck at the
Overlord speed with this drop already researched. Now, not that this is necessarily the moment to go for a drop, but having that option against mech is always very dangerous for Terran. So I'm sad we didn't see that, and it was just a mistake. It wasn't like some plan to get dropped super fast behind the mutas.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Like, you have the slow overlords to mask that you have research drop.
Yeah.
And then as overlord speed finish, you just doom drop the factories.
Would have been pretty good. Now, here's the problem Terran have. It's going to be hard to secure this 3rd and go anywhere else. So I think it's going to have to sit defensive here, because those Hydras are so good at just storming in and killing that. Oh, look at this, a big arc coming in from Zerg.
Oh,
Terran sieges up.
Backing off.
Ooh, taking some damage there. Good number of
It's
hydras
like
being loaded.
it's like those audiobooks where, as a kid, if you hear this sound, turn the page. If you hear this sound, turn back home.
Oh yeah, the choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's good.
+1 armor done, and we have +1 halfway done. We're getting the science facility. Yeah, 1-2 is about to finish for the Hydras.
I'd say going for this third base, SK really neglected to get the starport on time, which is a bit of an issue, because as we know, mech upgrades are very important. Ooh, got to be careful with that CC. Very wisely turns back when that Link sees it, because if it's on there on its own, Hydras will just run in and kill that. And look at this, sends like the entire army to deal with this one Zergling. It's not even aggressive, he's just standing there.
Not suspicious at all.
Well, he kind of blends into the desert, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
So the barracks is back to full health.
Of course. Shiny new coat of paint.
Coming up. Yeah.
Oh, that is a late academy. My gosh, man. Frog could have been doing anything.
Yeah, you could go for Queen's Nest and Hive.
Well, he could have been building up Queens at some time. He is not, it turns out. But imagine if he was. Terran would have had no idea. Like, that's crazy late academy. Even if you just went for some lurkers, it could be very difficult to deal with. Now, I suppose Zerg's not going to do that, just because if Terran didn't have scans, it would be terrible. So, I guess kind of hedging the bets there, but still, that's kind of dicey.
Yeah, I guess when you see the Hydra count, you know that it's Hydras, but it can still be like a muta switch, and as we see here, we get the Hive, so...
A lot of gas for Frog. I'm wondering if this is going to be Ultralisks here. Now, Defiler's coming up. I mean, I don't know, there's just such a gas bank here. There is another base coming online, though.
I think it's maybe a bit hard to, like, get into the mindset when fighting mech, since, like, Zerg vs Terran is so gas-based generally when you face Bio.
Yes, but you're playing more like PvZ, you've got to get all these Hydras and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot more drones as well, like, compared to regular TvZ.
Yeah, it's more like Zerg versus Protoss, really.
Yeah, like if this was a bio TvZ, you'd be looking at this and be like, well, Zerg just needs to take this 4th gas and then they're probably going to win the game, right? But since it's not, it's kind of like, well, Zerg actually needs like 2 more bases, honestly, to feel comfortable here. And you know, there's been no Vulture harass whatsoever, so I feel like Zerg's kind of missed an opportunity not to just take all these bases, but again, this is the problem with Butter. Where is Zerg actually going to expand that Terran just can't like walk one screen and kill him? Taking this 9, of course, is the obvious option, but after that, what have you got? Maybe this high ground, but that's going to be tricky.
Yeah, I personally like the high ground, but versus mech it's a bit tricky since this little pocket area between Theseus and the 2 o'clock location.
Well, maybe you could work your way down to the left and take that 8 o'clock base. It does seem pretty far, but I mean, if Terran is going all the way over there, it does leave this other high ground open. It could be an option. Wait, Zerg's actually something here, though.
If you do split the map, you probably want to split it so it's like 6 or 7 bases versus 4 bases.
Yeah, like you can't win splitting the map evenly against Terran mech. Look, Terran mech against Protoss is one thing, but honestly it just feels unfair against Zerg sometimes. When you have +3, it's just like, oh, this is great. Everything just pops. Yeah. So I feel like Zerg has to do something here.
Need Broodling, but
well, we have Overlord speed.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to say Broodling is necessary. Broodling is an option.
I see. I hear the sound.
Yes, you do. Up near the high ground.
But I mean, with this 3rd location, where are you gonna go? Like, if you get intercepted with these overlords by this Goliath with
if he goes in blind and drops it, it will be an absolute disaster, yes. What I want to see is him somehow sneak down all the way to the bottom of the map and attack the Terran main from the right. That would be really good. From the left, I should say.
That would be pretty sick.
Well, look at this. The Terran army's moving away, actually. That's a lot of turrets, but it's not really enough. If there's a big fight going on and he drops at the same time, well, then again, if Zerg loses their entire army, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, 8 turrets and there's 4 more turrets in the main. You will lose at least half of this Overwatch.
Well, let's see if he goes ahead with it. He's going to go ahead with it. I mean, he's not shy. The Terran army responding instantly. Zerg needs to swoop in and hit something. Is he going to unload these? Oh man, that was not the best execution. Did not start unloading until they were basically all dead. So yeah, you're right, he lost a lot. Technically denied the 4th, but there was hardly anything. There was like a Marine there, I think. So yeah, not worth for Zerg. That's the problem with these
if-
drops. They're strong, but you can't go in blind just hoping it's weak. You have to find the weak spot, right? Now these Hydra's engaging, but they have to pull back. They will get absolutely slaughtered by that.
I think that swing the whole game. Like,
Yeah.
if SI would have expanded to 6 o'clock, then the drop would have been really strong.
Well, you just have to like
because
threaten the 6, right? You don't even have to attack. You just have to like show that the Hydra's there and turn to be like, oh my god, let me take everything over there. But like,
Yeah, but
SE was so prepared with these turrets, right? He knew it was happening. Like, he was ready.
yeah, I mean, something might happen at this location. You have the depots,
This army is
so
huge.
Hydras won't go up the ramp.
This could be a
It
good
must be
engage for
some other
Zerg,
way.
though. Like, this is a pretty good concave. Terran needs to siege up, man. Just take it slow
Whoa.
here. Oh, man. Pick up a lot of Goliaths. Now Zerg needs to pull back, because I don't know if high ground's good enough for this. Yeah, you gotta make Terran go one painful step at a time. It's a lot of Hydras melting there.
Yeah, you need to let the Terran get up and then flank.
Zerg needs to stop taking gases, man. Look at his money right now. Defiler
Yeah, I
Mech
mean,
got
it's
made,
force
but
of habit, I think.
not a single Defiler. Yeah, like you said, it's hard to get in the mech mindset, the anti-mech mindset. Like I said, I think Ultras would have been okay. They're not great against mech, but they're a good way to just kind of like have a suddenly strong army that can move around really fast. But there's no time for that now.
It's a quick way to make use of all your gas.
Exactly,
And
it's lava
you
efficient.
have +3 armor.
There are upsides to Ultras versus mech for sure. Oh no, these Hydras rallying in. Yeah, I don't think Zerg can stop this. Oh no, there's siege tanks everywhere. This is a disaster for Zerg. Best you can do is rally the forces and try and counterattack somewhere. And when he takes out the Terran third in exchange for one of his bases, he could potentially keep going here. And second
This is
Defiler
such a
Mount is
scary
shooting.
army, it's insane.
Well, just
It's
don't fight it.
2-2
That's the
now.
key to Terran mech. You just don't fight it. Just go somewhere else. That's all you can do. And look at this. This Hydra counterattack going to be very efficient here. There's no tanks. This is exactly what you need to do. And look, a bunch of Lings coming in. This actually could be so scary for Terran. If these Lings get in the main, suddenly you're actually in so much trouble. But the Lings are trying to counterattack the army instead, which I think is the wrong move. Lings
Or
actually
if
not
you
great
have
versus
a Defiler
Goliaths.
with them.
Oh, if only. But I mean, the tanks are just siege and just laugh at that. Man, if these Lings
Yeah.
were coming down to the Terran main right now, this would be such a strong move. But as is, it's just free money for the Terran army, to be honest.
If maybe Frog would have dropped over these tanks as he engaged it.
Yeah, if that whole drop force was alive, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Or if he was like dropping the main while he was doing that counterattack in front of it as well. Any of these options, but what actually happened, unfortunately. And now I don't think Zerg has the strength to resist anywhere. He's got a lot of money in the bank though. Where are the hatcheries? They're morphing some stuff, but not enough. A lot of Lings have been made, and while they're, you know, cheap, they're not lava efficient.
Yeah.
Needed like 3 or 4 more
+1
hatcheries.
melee is being upgraded.
Not much time for that now though. Terran +2, +3 on the way. Little humbling Hydra Force here. Okay, trying to retake that other base. Terran just bypassing the 9 o'clock interestingly, but he's going to come down here. Now, I mean, Terran is getting pretty deep in the Zerg territory here. Maybe if an attack from both sides could take this out, but that's still a lot of tanks. Like, Zerg just
Yeah, I
transfers
mean,
away instantly.
I think if Terran gets all the army at 12 o'clock, you have lost this expo and you won't be able to deal with it until it comes out on the open ground.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, Zerg is just trying to evade now. Realizes after that engage is not a good time. Swarm going to be ready here, but there's not much you can do against this many tanks with Swarm. At least not without Locust or something. You're just going to get absolutely minced. But you can potentially counterattack here. There's not that much still at the Terra Natural, especially with Swarm available.
Yeah, but a lot of vultures
Yeah.
are out now.
Well, they haven't laid
And
their minds
vessels
yet.
are out.
If they lay their minds, yes, good way of stopping Swarm, but obviously if they don't lay their minds, they can't do anything to Swarm. Wait, does
Yeah,
he even have
mine-
minds researched?
Mine isn't researched.
Oh, that's a big
Uh,
mistake. Mine's very OP in any matchup.
It's very good.
Well, Terran's going for the
+3,
throat.
+3. Yeah, +3 is about to finish.
Well, if Terran's caught on siege, that's where Swarm could actually make a big difference. Are the Defilers ready? Frog needs the perfect engage here to stay in this game.
Yeah,
Standoff.
this is the make or break engage here.
Okay, Frog
mean,
caught
clearly
unawares. Escape with the scan. Okay, here we go. Where's the Swarm? Where's the Swarm?
Oh!
Defiler's just getting nuked. Okay. Something's getting in there. Pretty good engage, but the Hydra's unable to do damage. Okay, there we go. Pretty good engage by Zerg, actually. That's probably going to do it. Man, that armor, though. No, the Lings got taken out. What? Oh, those tanks so good at that. My god. Okay, some more Lings come out. So Zerg going to clean this up, but I mean...
Look at that army
Yeah.
outside size natural.
Yeah, he has the second wave ready. He's even got a factory out here. He has 11 factories now. Now, Terran does not take another base. He's just doing it just now. So, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
Zerg can kind of recover here, but that second army, like you say, looks so deadly. Zerg still has
and
a
you're
billion freaking gas.
Taking out 2 of Zerg's 5 bases.
Yeah.
6
I mean,
bases.
Zerg never really had that much of a drone count anyway, and now it's been decimated. Again, I really want to see the Ultras. I feel like Ultras would actually be pretty good here. Surprisingly, but I don't think there's time. He doesn't have time now, because the Terran Army's coming.
Personally, I would have preferred Queens.
Yeah, Queens is pretty good too. That's true.
But I mean, that takes so much time to set up.
It's true. You wouldn't need to be going Queens for a long time. Well, like you said, if that drop was better utilized, could have made a difference too. And once again, Zerg's going to run the drones away, trying to survive as best they can. Now, this 30 is still open to a counter. Sorry, 4 for Terran is still open to a counter attack. I mean, there's still play for Zerg here. It's just a very desperate situation. Mine's done now.
Yeah, and it feels like Isaiah is like reaching all the expansions without Frog knowing it.
Yeah.
So it's always like right there and setting up and...
Well, even
Frog
that engage
has,
with the natural, I feel like Frog didn't know the Terran Army was there for a long time. Alright, Terran Army getting to a dangerous spot again. There are swarms available, but he needs to utilize them. He's Plague done. Plague can be devastating as well. But see, Frog not ready for this engagement. Frog not microing at all while AgGe is making the attack. Swarms very late once again. The Lings are all dying before the swarms even go down. The Hydras get in the swarms. That's not going to do anything. The swarm needs to happen first. I mean, I don't know. There was a long time ago. There was like a Reddit post that's like how not to use swarm. It's like 100 Lings attacking a Protoss natural. Then after they're all gone, a swarm goes down. That's basically what's happening here. All the units die before the swarm even starts. The swarm needs to be step 1, but instead it's the last.
Yeah, swarm is really good, but you have to sync it up with the army.
Yeah, exactly. And now these drones all falling. That was most of Zerg's mining, really. He's got the 9 o'clock, but not much is going on there. I think Terran's just going to overpower him from here. Now the 4th base going up, uncontested. So many units being built at this rally point. I love that Terran's able to rally out to here, not using the natural. That's a great spot to have your army set up instead, because it can move any direction. These desperate rallies coming out, trying to deal with this. Is that a swarm?
The SIS rally points are like both defensively strong and offensively strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
GG.
I was going to say it's time for the muta switch, but no, there's no time for that.
Yeah, and you can't muta switch versus +3/+3 mech if you haven't been upgrading your mutas.
Yeah, so I'm worried for Frog in this series, to be honest. If AgGe does the same, it seemed like Frog didn't really have the aggression to deal with it, and AgGe was able to just defend everything, and Frog didn't really have a good plan, so I'm kind of scared we're going to see a 2-0 pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I mean... I admit, I think Saya's like the start of the game looked a bit shaky, but after like the initial build, that was scary, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like I said, I feel like Frog did not have the aggression to counter like the kind of, well, to punish, I suppose is what I'm saying, the kind of weaknesses early in the game.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to jump to the next game here. In the top left, in the blue, we have Frog. And the top right, in the white, we have AgGe. Currently AgGe up 1 game in this best of 3.
So, I think in the whole war it's 6-5 to GO.S.U here.
Say again?
For the current standings in the war.
Oh yes,
is
the match, the war. Oh, that's serious.
The war.
It's 6-5 to GO.S.U, as people can see on their screen. So yes, as mentioned, it's 1st to 10 wins. So GO.S.U getting closer and closer. And look, I don't want to be, like I said, I don't want to be down on my teammate, but I kind of expect AgGe to win again if the game looks anything similar. Maybe going to be Bio instead this time. Maybe Frog has some alternative strategy, but I hope one of those is true, because otherwise it looks very dicey.
And I think if SI is going for the mech again in this game, I think these positions are quite good for it.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, this map's kind of nice because you have pretty good bases to take. Well, you know, I was confusing this map for Revolver for a second, actually, so I take it back. It's probably not that great.
Yeah. Cross position, I think, is kind of hard because of the push direction.
It's true, but like, I mean, Terran never has to push. It's the same as TVP. They can split the map, right? You just harass the vultures a lot, eventually take the other main and fortify it, and I feel like Zerg doesn't have much to do from there.
Well, compared to Zerg vs Protoss, I know I'm referring that one matchup a lot in the,
this is CPL, we're all about that matchup.
Yeah, but in this matchup, Queens are actually the strongest infinite machine, infinite value machine.
I mean, are they better than Vessels though? Because theoretically the Vessels can zone them and irradiate them.
I guess, but Queens are cheaper.
It's true, it's true. And when Terran's going mech, it takes a while to build up a good vessel count.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like in an absolute stalemate situation, If Terran has enough vessels, I think they're better. Because you can kind of have turrets in front of the tanks, and then vessels hanging around there as well. I mean, you can try and parasite to make it easier, but of course you can restore. In the like super weird, like extreme late game meta, I feel like Terran is going to have the edge.
Yeah, it's probably true. But I mean, vessels can't like shift the army comps in as an effective manner as I think Queens can.
That's true. Yeah.
Like if you're brooding 10 tanks, you will be able to break a position.
That is true. Well, I actually, you know what, if I think about it, it's kind of the same as PvZ though. If Zerg has enough money, they can make like a sudden attack, maybe inefficiently, and maybe break through somewhere. But if all else is equal and it's a total stalemate, I feel like it's not going to be possible to just like suddenly I'm brooding 10 tanks and I'm attacking. Like if Terran is set up properly everywhere, I feel like that's going to be hard to achieve.
Yeah, it's possible.
Look,
I mean,
if it's like a split map but not a stalemate, then I think you're right. But if it's everything's mined out, like maybe no one has money left, I feel like if Terran has like the vessels, they're going to be in a better position. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably true. You can irradiate two things for.
Look, my like basis for all this is free for alls I've played. I'm not so sure about 1v1 to be honest, but.
It's probably. I mean, it's probably true. But I haven't seen many stalemates in this particular matchup.
It happens a lot more in free for all, I can tell you.
Yeah, that I can believe.
Okay, this is CV getting up here under a bit of threat, but nice scouting so far. So 2-hatch build again, and it's a mech opening again.
I do like this marine movement here, but I'm not sure if it will reach in time.
It will not. 100% it will not. You can try and run past that, but I mean, I don't think that's going to
You can also stick around with
No, it never works out. If the Sunken's coming, it's not going to work out. Well, you get a drone. Nope, they just all die for free. Well, at least...
But I was thinking you can use the Marines to tank Sunken shots and then run by with the launcher.
Oh, I've done that. It's very strong. But, oh, that SCV getting stuck on a drone, unfortunate. Look, that did suck for Terran, but does he really care about the Marines that much when he's doing Goliath build here? I mean, probably not. Their usefulness is limited.
They would be very helpful if Frog would decide to like all in with Lings here.
True, but 2 vultures are way better than 3 Marines.
Yeah, but you can make a bunker and you can't put vultures in
That
the
is
bunker.
true. Actually, you know what? The most important thing is against Hydras, right? You defending that Hydra buff. Speaking of, Hydra down pretty early this game. Is Frog gonna just make 6 Mutalisks again, it looks like? Is he even gonna make that many?
Could be a fake out. I mean, he's prioritizing gas at the natural.
Once again, this armoring in range fairly late, but I think it's comparatively faster than last game.
And I mean, I don't think SI has seen the Spire with his SCV or the Marines.
Ooh, look how fast his third base is. I like that. Well, if Frog's able to drone up more this game, it'll probably look better because the drone count was pretty low last game. I mean, these vultures are
That was very sneaky. Third, I didn't even see the drone.
Me either. I assume it was the scouting drone that returned or something. Or maybe it moved out just after those Marines got killed. I don't know. Very sneaky indeed. You know, I'd love to see Frog make like 1 Mutalisk and just go and like scout the Terran. That'd be great.
Yeah, but we're getting 6 Mutalisks, 5 Mutalisks here.
Okay.
I mean, there's no upgrade star in the Hydra range, so...
Yeah. Well, I guess it's fine just to get it to help wall, because you're going to need it eventually anyway, so that's whatever. It's not very expensive.
And I mean, SI isn't getting any turrets.
And no range! Where's the Goliath range? I'm selecting the machine shop just to show it's not doing anything. Turret in the natural. Yeah, I mean, again, if he goes straight for the main, Frog's going to be able to get something done here, right?
Yeah.
Goliath
but now 100 speed is getting started, so I think we'll get a quite quick Hydra transition this game too.
Right, well that's all well and good. I just want to see more drones this time. Look at this, having to pull these SCVs. There's only 2 Goliaths out. This is actually pretty dicey for Terran. Needs to consolidate the mutas and actually like do some damage. I get what I see for.
Oh, that's a lot.
Those Goliaths don't have range though, and they won't have range for a long time. So it's kind of like, okay, they're there, but you can kind of just run away.
I think I would have preferred focusing on the SV train, but I get the idea of trying.
Well, I mean, forcing this pull is enough damage. I think that this is fine. Where's that muta going? Oh, okay, good job, you ran away. That was scary. But yeah, you can pick off, like, this is like fighting bio. If you can pick them off at the edge, well, that's not the way to do it. You don't want to run right into the middle of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this Berserk so far. Really, like, stressing the Terran out and causing a lot of disruption to whatever Terran's doing. But look at the bank for Zerg, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you get like one early Goliath, it can quickly spiral out of control, especially if there's no turrets in the main.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now he's all set up, though. And the thing is, SK had the Goliaths down at the natural, so they were kind of safe, even though he was letting the main get hit. So kind of worked it out. Made some more Mutalisks this time, maybe because the first ones were doing so well, but now this... Oh, not again!
No.
Get out! Oh, he's gonna die. Unfortunate. Bit of a waste there.
Desire with a lot faster +1 timing.
That Vulture hit the third, by the way, and killed 2 drones. Big blow there. And again, we see Frog's drone count's super low. So many lava stacked up. This Mutalisk macro is fine, but if you can't macro behind it, it's better not to do it at all, to be honest, because it's like killing your own drones if you're not building them. Frog's economy startlingly low. Now, SK doesn't have that many SCVs, but I feel like Zerg really needs to explode an economy before the Goliath count builds up enough to attack. Gonna harass these turrets, interestingly. Goliath range is finished now, though, so I don't like this move at all. I think it's very risky. Wow, that poor Marine.
I do like that Frog is prioritizing hatcheries over evolution chambers this game.
Yes, last game was a bit of a disaster with the macro. So many minerals stacked up at the end there. And hopefully no super fast gas is going to happen this time.
Yeah, I also mean that since in the last game the Hydra transition was so fast and the quite early Hydra production meant that there was no larva to make drones.
Yeah.
And no larva to make drones meant that you can support more hatcheries, that in turn also meant less larva. So you're already reaching the same amount of drones we had until like the first engage last game.
Yeah,
almost.
But it absolutely needs to keep droning. The Hydras are coming out, but I feel like the drone count is still way too low. And these meters keep hitting the same spot. They need to go somewhere else. Oh my gosh.
I would definitely like one more volley of drones at this point.
I would say more than that. I mean, I feel like he's keeping Terran and back enough. And like as we saw last game, he really needed more economy to actually deal with this.
One volley of drones out of 5 hatcheries is 18 drones. And we'll be at...
I mean, okay, that is a lot. 18? What? Do you mean 6 hatcheries?
Oh yeah,
Never do maths on stream, Return.
That was his first mistake.
See, about this with the Mutalisk, I feel like this is too much. You don't want to get that health down like this, because then the Goliaths will just come across and kick your ass, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, Frog is making a lot of Hydras and not many drones, so I suppose he has enough to defend, but I would have rather he preserved the Mutalisks and made drones rather than use the Mutalisks and make Hydras.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the idea with this Mutalisk pressure is that it leaves you room to delay Hydra production to make more drones.
But that's my point. If the Mutalisks weren't like dying to turrets and taking all this damage, you'd be a lot more comfortable not making Hydras, I think, or not making as many.
Yeah, but I mean really that you're doing this, that you're like pressuring here, you keep track of the Goliath army, you know they are not moving towards you.
Yeah.
Which, if there were drones being made behind here, I would support it more.
If
I don't
only.
mind losing Mutalisks.
But that's the problem. If you're going to do that and you don't make Hydras, Terran could just come across and kill you because all your Hydras are bruised or dead. I mean, look at these Hydras. They're like all half HP. They cannot do anything in a fight here. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, but you know when it will happen, so you can transition, and they have 5 hatcheries.
Well, what if Terran moves down unexpectedly? I mean, I don't know. I just... Oh.
You can make Sunkens, because you have more drones.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Look, I suppose I agree with you in principle. The drones are better. Okay, he's really trading away now. But Hydra count's okay. Drone count's still very low, to be honest, against mech. Building up a little bit. I would love to see a 4th base too. Terran way slower this time getting the factories and everything. The money's banking up, but the build just so disrupted by all this Mutalisk pressure. Zerg's really done a good job of slowing him down.
Yeah, it's been very good muta aspect.
Look at this command center. These Hydras, they're like drooling at this. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of Hydras. I mean, I think...
and that's only one command center.
No tanks.
Yeah, Bunker's pretty good against Hydra, but it's not that good, right? And all the Goliaths in the main... Uh-oh. Oh my god, could you just end the game right here? Could you just kill the natural and then leave? Go, they're in the main, go. Okay,
I mean, it's possible if the Hydras... oh no, cancel.
No,
if the Hydras...
GG.
Yeah.
He just GG's. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die. Huh. he just GG's. He didn't even want to see what happened next. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, if you can't move down the ramp as the Hydras are in your natural without tanks.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he'd probably be able to kill all the Hydras eventually, but there's no way his CC was surviving, right? That's the main problem.
Yeah.
Wow. All us stupid casters are like, don't make Hydras, make drones, and he's just like, well, here's my Hydras. Wow. That GG timing though. Oh, sorry, Blizzard's not letting me host the replay. Give me a sec. Okay, try now. That GG timing though, honestly. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out, but I think. Wait. It's someone else who has hosted the.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
I was about to join.
So it wasn't Blizzard's fault. I'm sorry. Who stole my 111 lobby name? Who is it? Hang on. I'm clearing the lobby because I'm going to investigate this.
It's some fast map.
Really? I can't see it. I can't see it.
I was thinking that was spicy choice for map 3. To host the
mutual agreement. They're like, okay, what if we play fastest instead? We should add a fastest bonus round. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Like as if there's like a draw, you can use it as like you send out your ace.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick. We should have ace matches in CPL. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be cool, but hard to coordinate.
Oh yeah, no one would ever be like scheduled. It'd be like the deadline. Everyone would be asleep, and it'd be like, oh yeah, no, we'll play you. Nope, walk over. All right. What are the colors? It's not top versus bottom, so this is what we're sticking with. In the top right, in the white, we have AgGe Prime. And the bottom left. In the green, pale green, we have Frog. Frog for United Emu Directorate. AgGe Prime for the gloriously overpowered sexy unicorns. Currently tied up 1 versus 1 in this best of 3. Whoever takes Eclipse here will take this series. And with that, Emus could tie it up again. GO.S.U could take the lead by 2. All comes down to this map. What else is there to say? There's an overload coming across.
It's a real nail biter, and I'm seeing a Saya there with the return cargo on his top SUV.
The what, sorry?
He's using return cargo for
SUV worker micro. Nice. I'm watching it. I can't tell.
And just as I said that, now he stopped. But he did it for at least 2 rounds.
He's too busy. He's spending his 400 APM on. He's spending it, all right.
Yeah, getting the overlords. I have a feeling in my bones we're getting maybe similar builds to last games.
I would be surprised if AgGe is like, I'm going to go mech game 1 and 2 and bio game 3. Although, you know, this map might be a bit better for bio comparatively. I don't know. But I still would be surprised. Look, after game 2, I am more hopeful for Frog because it seems like he adjusted. And he just, you know, really brought the pain to tear in there. When the first game, it seemed like he was kind of caught off guard and sat back a lot. And, like, sitting back can potentially be a plan, but he did not have a good plan behind it, and so it did not work out. Yeah, look, there's that gas. It's a very interesting barracks position. I wonder if it's like an anti-4-pool barracks position, or if it's just his SUV was there at the time. I really don't know.
It do feel like it's some kind of anti-Ling SimCity.
The thing is,
formation.
It's way worse first 9 pool. That's the only thing I have to say about that. But I don't even know if it's deliberate, so I probably shouldn't read into it too much.
That sounds like it came from experience.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, not that I put my barracks here, it's more that like you want it next to the ramp so that marine pops out just in time, you know. Oh, I still have the sound off, isn't that embarrassing? You missed all those mining sounds.
Oh, that's a nice little drone harass here from the scout.
I mean, if you're going to send the drone scout, you've got to get the most out of it, right? And seeing the gas is important, of course. After game 1 and 2, I'm not surprised he's going straight for that drone scout just to check things out.
Yeah,
hey, that's alright.
I mean, it could have been an Atrax or something in game 3.
Yeah, that would be good. On Eclipse though, that'd be kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, you have to proxy it.
But I mean, the point is Zerg would scout you right away, right?
I mean, the thing with doing like forward Atrax on this map is that you can scout kill the scout overlord.
Right, yes.
And then you have like a semi-wall you can make with 2 depots at natural.
The thing is, though, I feel like high-level Zergs have kind of adapted their Overlord path, and even though it's like slower scanning, they don't tend to lose it there.
Yeah, especially with the drone scout, you send it like over the vertical path.
Exactly. Now, these 2 hatch again, like you said, no variation in builds here. Frog sticking to the 2 hatch guns, they seem to be working so far. I mean, probably buoyed with confidence from all the muted damage last game.
Yeah. And again, I really want to also applaud Frog for the last game, because I feel that one adaptation he did was that he prioritized larva over upgrades.
Look at this.
And
Marines coming across again, faster this time. There's 2 Lings here, and I mean, 2 Lings are a match for 1 Marine, but 2 Marines... It seems like the Sunken's going to be done just in time as well. Sunken's build fast enough that, again, I don't think he's going to do anything.
I hope... they're maybe checking for a... how to say, greedy third hatch.
Right, third hatch is third base, I would call it, I suppose.
Yeah.
But he saw the lair timing, did he not? So... I feel like that's just a misinterpretation on his part, if so, because there's no way Zerg...
I mean, you can always cancel a lair.
Okay,
as long as
so
it's not done,
Zerg's going to go 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas, start their lair at 3 minutes, then cancel it and get a third? I mean, I'd probably be fine with that. I'd be like, okay, you can have that, Zerg.
I mean, you can cancel the lair, go double den, get the third hatch on location.
Did you say double den?
Yeah, I said double den.
Again, I think I'd be fine with Zerg doing all that. I'd just let them do that and focus on my own game if that's what was happening. That does not sound good. Now it's the Spire again, so again, no deviation. All this Ling trying to do what it can, but against a Vulture it has to run. Very unfortunate. Nice scouting though, sees everything. Trying to delay that army would have been a strong move if he got that, but actually, you know what?
Got this. Yeah, if you would have gotten that, it would have been good.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You're right about these Marines, though. Not that they're trying to anticipate a really fast third. They're just trying to snipe the drone later. Which actually is kind of an interesting move. I guess confident there's going to be no Hydra bust, which, you know, after the last 2 games, I guess he's correct. Where's the Goliath range?
I mean, in both games, Frog has gotten a quite fast third. Like, generally when you get the Sunken Colony and you don't invest into, like, Ling speed and such, you generally have to wait for mutas to spawn to deal with the Vulture before you can take your third.
Yes, absolutely.
But
unless you're really like turning the Lings up to 11, then you can just come across. But I think
if you get Ling speed, you can deal with the initial Vulture, and then you can take the third.
I would say even if you have Ling speed, you still need a lot, because like 6 speed Lings, I think any tier 1 Terran should be able to take that out with a Vulture. Now, Terran with a much better muta defense this time, much more on time. So if Frog was relying on getting all that damage again to win, it's not going to work out. Look at that Vulture caught AFK, gets murdered.
Yeah,
if only these Lings knew. Oh, do they know? How does he?
I don't think slow Vultures can really deal with.
Oh, they can. They totally can. You just have to micro.
I don't know about that.
Well, 1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me. I'll take you on. You can absolutely deal with speedlings with slow vultures unless there's a lot of them, and that's why I'm saying you need to like.
I mean, like 8 can take on 2 vultures for sure.
I disagree completely. I would say 2 vultures win that easily if they're being microed by like a tier 1 Terran.
I don't know, and I mean. Also,
Alright guys, after this cast we're starting the grudge match.
Oh, Australia versus Europe too, you have like high TR, and I'm sure.
Wouldn't it be easy to micro vultures in the higher tier?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty good matchup for the vultures, to be honest.
I'd say it's not optimal. But it's possible for sure.
Okay, but we're talking like 20 Lings, because that's what Zerg could bring realistically. You know, they could just come across the map and try and attack with that. Then obviously it's going to be very tough. Especially if they're like running into your base and you can't just like run away with the vultures. They have to actually do something.
Yeah, 20 Lings. That's
now look at this. We don't see any Mutalisks this time.
Oh, I like this one.
Oh, that is
lifting
nice.
barracks to snipe the Overlord.
That is very nice. And now he doesn't know when he's moving out. You know, without any Mutalisks, that's actually a big deal. But Eskia, intimidated after last game, got 3 turrets already before realizing the Mutalisks aren't coming. So I'm kind of liking the way Frog's going about this. Although, what has he got?
Yeah, he's switching it up.
Yeah, going straight into Hydras. I like that move because the fear of mutas definitely in Terran after last game, right?
Yeah, I mean, last game the mutas really got a lot of value.
It's so like intimidating when you lose a game that way as well. You're like, oh god, mutas are so strong. And look at this. He's doing this little move out, which is like in the original Goliath build, you always did this, but that's against Mutalisks. Against Hydras, I'm not such a fan. Hydra speed is done, I believe. Yes, it is. So if there's enough Hydras out.
7 Hydras versus 7 Goliaths.
If only they were all on the high ground. If he didn't pull those ones back from the high ground, I'd say it's good for Zerg. But yeah, now this might be a bit tough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where are the other Hydras? Get in there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like the reaction from Zerg. He's not moving his army. Not that there's much of it. Man, Terran's just going to cancel this, isn't he? Wow. Well, I guess this is why this move out exists. just to punish Zerg for trying to take that third, not investing in the Mutalisk. And we can see the gas bank from Frog is that, this 2H Muta build was not designed to go straight into Hydra. And now you have this issue. So it's Terran taking a really good lead here, killing this off.
Yeah. That's a big dub for...
Oh my gosh, 3 Overlords have fallen as well.
Yeah, but one made it out alive with 70 HP.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Nice. How does a slow Overlord survive? It's like ranged
He
lives.
focused on the Hydras.
Yeah, I guess so. It's amazing.
Now, this amount of Hydras, I'd bet on the Hydras if it wasn't engaged. So
well, he needed to stop those units from getting out, to be honest. I think he needed to hold the ramp, because now Terran had his cake and ate it too. He's killed the thing and came home. So, I mean, what can I even say about Zerg's position that's good? I mean, he has a lot of hatcheries, I guess. But again, the gas bank. Absolutely huge gas bank. Alright, here's what you do. You make 50 Scourge, and when Terran lifts their CC, take the third. Boom. That's the plan.
Yeah, Scourge and 1 Queen to infest.
Yeah, exactly. That halves the amount of Scourge you need, right. Good point. Honestly, a Queen to infest is actually pretty good, because if Hydras can run in, it doesn't take them long to get a CC down half. I wish more people did.
Yeah, the DPS of Hydras is very, very intense.
Okay.
I like this 5 o'clock expansion, because... I mean, if I was Terran, I'd think that Zerg will be doubling down on units here to try to equalize armies.
Well, hang on. This fight's happening here. Zerg going up the high ground. I feel like he had the army, but up the high ground, I'm not so sure. Terran's got a lot of guys finally getting up here. I mean, looks close, but I think Zerg has it.
Yeah, I think Zerg will have take disengage, but it was a lot better trade over focus fire.
Nonetheless, I don't think Terran wants to reset the army like that. That was actually very good for Zerg. Look, AgGe, I was about to say, how much TVZ have you played, now that you say that?
I've played a lot of TVZ.
Yeah, because my instinct is Zerg always has a base somewhere. In the most ridiculous base, at the Terran third, say, in this situation. If I scared every base, oh, he must be there. Because I don't really expect Zerg ever to, double down after losing a base. I was expecting to double experience in weird location.
If you're going Hydras, you want to take an engage when armies aren't big. I mean, when Terran doesn't have a million.
Look,
tanks,
I suppose Mech is still a different situation, but I still would absolutely expect Zerg to re-expand there. I think it'd be a very odd situation for them not to.
I mean, vultures can kill all the drones down here.
True, but AgGe is very vulture shy, I have to say. And we can see the comparative mineral gas balance. Although, kind of spending it now. Getting those upgrades real fast. I kind of like playing this way instead of the more conventional, get the tanks and attack immediately way. Just going for those upgrades and taking the third. Kind of taking it longer. Because, Mech theoretically is the strongest at 3-3 max. So it kind of makes sense. But after losing those Goliaths and Zerg, pretty quickly re-establish this third. Maybe Frog can come back here. The supplies don't look bad at all for Zerg, actually.
Yeah, and I feel like you kind of need an army presence to take the third safely here, especially versus Hydra, devoted Hydra-based army. You'll want tanks on the... I mean, I guess you can make 2 depots at the ramp and then have tanks behind, and then you can hold it with 2 tanks.
Yeah, it seems pretty strong. It is susceptible to drop, of course, but that's probably going to work. The other issue with that is, if you're relying on that kind of defense, Queens can shut that down pretty easily.
Yeah, and we have seen Frog use drops earlier in this set.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, if it is drops, if AgGe has the same level of preparedness, it could go exactly the same. Man, look at that gas, though. Again, I really want to see Queens or something.
Yeah, and Isaiah trying to scout the third, and there's nothing here.
Well, it's going to be the fourth, huh? There's that Hydra.
See the drone now. I'm wondering if Isaiah is thinking, is there a base at 5 o'clock?
Well, I think having not seen a lot of Hydras attacking his front or a drop going in his main or something, surely AgGe must be figuring out there's another base. Again, I feel like in Tier 1 you're going to be knowledgeable enough to know that Zerg would have done something by now. He wouldn't just be trying to take the third after all that time. Unless it's some really weird hive tech or something.
Yeah, I mean, it could be really focusing on doing a doom drop type thing.
But then I think he would have attacked by now. I think that his time would have passed. Look, I would say if you're in this situation, you only see the Zerg retaking the third for that long. Either he has a base or there's some kind of tech play if he hasn't attacked you already, right? Now here comes that CC.
Yeah.
See, look, if you just built the Scourge, would have been an easy kill. Easy kill, but alas.
the Scourge deny of the third.
Someone
New
pull that off in
meta
CPL. I want to see it. CPL finals, you're gonna win like that, all right? That's a lot of Hydras out right now, by the way. That's a good number of tanks too.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean that's like the golden number of tanks.
Was it 5? Oh, 6.
Yeah, it's in 6. Yeah.
I don't know why Zerg is up here in particular. That's kind of confusing.
Maybe wanting to take 5th base.
Well, it's not as critical in this matchup to stop Terran from marching across the map, but again, it seems like Frog is just unawares of where the Terran army is. His Hydra army is so far away. That said, his Hydra army is kind of so big, I feel like this is still very dicey for Terran, even if Zerg doesn't know he's here yet.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's scan going down to confirm the third.
Oh no, the gas! He's only on 2,600 gas!
But yeah, I mean it's a bit of the theme of this best of 3. SI is moving his mech army, and as he starts shooting on Sturg, Frog realizes, oh shit, here's Terran.
Well, the counterattack could be very dangerous here. Zerg's army very split up right now, though. A decent group heading here does not opt for the attack. It's going to come and deal with this army. And look, I think this army will get cleaned up, but killing the base kind of makes it worth it. If Frog just took everything and went for the Terran main, that might have been decisive.
Yeah, I think maybe a counterattack would have been a better place.
Because yeah, the hatchery did die. Although, you know, wiping this whole army is not bad, and there's a lot of drones still alive, so it might still be better for
There's so
Zerg.
many tanks.
Oh my god, this huge
sure
surround. No, he can. Look how many Hydras he has. There's no way that Terran wins this.
He win the fight, but he lose so many Hydras. Is it worth?
Yeah, I guess given the fact he did take out the hatchery and a few drones, you know what, it probably was worth it for Terran. But I don't know, you look at Terran's army right now, it looks very weak. I'm not convinced. He needs vultures, man. He needs like 50 vultures. Imagine there was like a layer of mines around that. Terran probably could have actually won that fight.
Yeah, and
they need Age of Empires 2 style tradings. Trade minerals for gas.
Yeah, using marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, tank vulture, you can get away with that when there's no mutilisks.
Well, I mean, he has the Goliaths he needs already, right? I mean, it's kind of enough. And if he's going to get vessels here, which I assume he's going to get sooner or later, the mines are just so strong. Having them everywhere is just huge. And obviously the harass, you lay the mines and you can just trade the vultures away. And honestly, it's so painful for Zerg. If they don't have like 5 sunkens, they just get absolutely crushed. The drones die so fast once you've got +1.
I mean, vulture tank is probably a more resource effective composition versus pure Hydras.
Any composition with vultures in it is going to be more resource efficient, right?
Obviously,
than literally anything else. So Zerg retaking that 4th, or I guess it was 3rd, but all the drones still stuck over at this 8 o'clock. Needs to redistribute there. Again, the count is just...
working count.
Yeah, startlingly low. Yeah, that's really high, man. Are we watching me play? It's going to go up to 90? That's what I always do by mistake.
Yeah, I really like this work accounts for Isaiah, and I mean 50 drones is a decent enough drone number.
Only just got up to that, by the way. It was like 30 something a minute ago.
Yeah, I know.
But you're right. Zerg can get the mining down, and since Terran's army got reset a bit, he's not really looking like he wants to move out just now.
Ventral sacks on the way.
Oh, of course. Overlord speed already got made, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a drop could do it, but once again, Terran is prepared for that. You know that's going to be one of the threats. The natural doesn't look too strong, but you got.
That's a lot of turrets at the 3rd.
Yeah, I think that's what he's expecting here, and I think that's fair enough because he probably scanned around for queens a bit. I don't know, or just for some reason he's not expecting queens here. So.
And I mean, you have a lot of minerals, so turrets are practically free.
Of course, but vultures are pretty good too, you know. Anyway, I mean, look at these bases. Imagine if 12 vultures ran into either the 3rd or the 4th. It would just do insane damage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like he couldn't afford both. He still has almost 3,000 minerals. And meanwhile, Zerg with almost 3,000 gas, or over 3,000 gas.
Yeah, they should trade.
Yeah, right?
So, we can meet in the middle.
Yeah, I promise it'd be a fair deal. Well, the thing is, if they had that option, surely one of them would be getting the better end of that, right?
Yeah, Terran.
You think the Terran? Yeah, probably, actually. Yeah, you know what, you're right. Okay, so taking another base here, I like it. Would like to see even another one, to be honest. And again, we're stuck in a situation like Game 1, though, where I don't know what Frog's plan is, because you can't just plan to fight this straight up in a fair fight. That will lead to disaster. He has a nice flank going here, but it's really not enough for this size army. And he does pull back,
a little bit.
So far, so good.
That's good.
Some
and
Lings
the
coming
needs start +3.
Is it going to be Defiler Ling again? I mean, I don't know about that. I don't see a Defiler Mound, though. That's not a Defiler Mound. So, Okay.
I so much more prefer Queens over Defilers.
He's coming in here from all angles. No, decides not to. That's too many tanks. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of Defilers either. I mean, they're not a bad unit to have, and I think Plague is quite underrated actually against ground mech armies.
But it's hard to get close.
Yes, absolutely. That's the thing. I think you need like a really big Ultra Force to do that. That's the way to do that. Like, you know, again, they're not really efficient. They're not even good per se. It's just you can make a lot of them, and they're kind of fast and just can bring a lot of strength to one location. And that's how you can kind of do attacks with Swarm. Even then, though, Terran has the requisite number of tanks. I feel like it's just doomed for Zerg. And look at this, Terran's maxed now. The macro.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's a big.
And yeah, I mean, if you have 4,000 gas, I guess Ultra Discs are always on the table.
Yeah. Okay, so Zerg needs to find something to do here. I mean, what is that? More hatcheries being built? Okay, well, he's at least trying to spend the money this time. Like you said, you're really impressed by the adaptation that, you know, he just, even between games in the set, that he made more hatcheries, because it's hard to adjust even within a series, even if it's really obvious what your mistakes were. You know, most CPL matches, you don't have much time between. It's kind of just like, okay, let's play a second game. It's like 2 AM for me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like he's going to go for a big counterattack here. There's some Terran stuff here, maybe not enough. Oh, I want to see him pull the trigger, because he can probably get in and do good damage here. Problem is, Frog's being very hesitant a lot of the time with how he's engaging. And it looks like he might pull back here. I mean, I think that would be a big mistake, though. If Zerg just pulls back and tries and defend, I think this is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I know the feeling when you're facing mech. It's like, if I attack now and I lose all my stuff to mines and 5 tanks, I'm going to cry tonight.
Well, there's no mines, though. And that is a big army he has up there. I want to see him do it, man. He sees the Terran army here. He's not caught unsurprised. So here we go. He's going to go for it. Alright, let's see.
Yeah,
kind of sluggish moving all this stuff in. There's a lot of stuff to select as Zerg, but it's just enough, I think. It's going to roll over all that stuff. Now, in a base race scenario here, I mean, does Terran have the advantage? I'm not sure.
I mean, Terran can lift off, and Zerg has 9 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
That's true. Well, okay, here we go. He's going to go straight for it. Oh my god, this is going to be a dramatic finish, it looks like. A lot of units dying at the Terran third, though. Big miss micro by Frog. He's not really paying attention in all locations at once. Not really sure what to do.
Going home.
Oh, no. This is defeat for the Zerg. If he comes home, there's no way he can win, because those units are not going to do anything.
On the high ground, siege
yeah, gosh. No, I guess it's never going to work for Zerg, huh? Man, there's no way he can stop that army at his main base. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, this army you need to fight from all angles.
Again, you need like a maxed army of Ultralists for that. And yeah, like a few Lings are coming out for every location, but what's that going to do? Again, I feel like Lings are just free money for the Terran army at this point. Bring in everything back for one decisive attack. The eggs are hatching, well, soon anyway. Zerg going for the counterattack again. Yeah, no. Ling's not going to do the job. Okay, here we go, trying to go up this ramp. Terran caught unsieged, but the Goliath blocking elegantly there. Okay, the Ling's coming in.
Yeah, it's the bouncer.
Yeah, right? Not allowed. No Zergs allowed in this one. Okay, getting up there, though. A lot of tanks in the back, though. Ooh, Ling's getting on top of those tanks. Might do some damage, but what is there for Zerg? There's hardly anything. Zerg blood everywhere, all over the ground. Not least in the Zerg main. I think this is it. I think AgGe has done it. GG. That's
only mecha suits can come up this ramp.
That's right. You got to be wearing metal to get up there. Alright, so that's another win for GOSU. Rip my team. That brings it to 7-5. 2 series left tonight, but before we get into that, we're going to have a quick break. We'll be back soon.
Yes.
Alright everyone, we are back. Welcome back to CPL Match of the Week. I'm sure you didn't forget what we were doing, but just in case you did, it's Playoffs Round 1, Tier 1, gloriously overpowered sexy unicorns versus United Emu Directorate. The score is currently 5-7, GO.Su's way. I just realised those scores are reversed. My god, I've been doing that the whole time. Let me just fix that real quick. Well, in my defense, they started tied, so it was very confusing. Ash.Return, what's my excuse? Quick, give me one.
I think I started tied.
Thanks, there you go. Thanks, backing me up. Nice. Alright, we're going to jump into our last two series today. We're up to AgGe versus GO.S.U. We're going to jump right into game 1 of that one.
Oh, this will be an interesting one, I feel.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, let's introduce players first, then we can talk about them. In the top right, in the grey, we have GO.S.U. Let me check those colours. Yeah, it's going to be grey. We have GO.S.U. And the bottom right, in the yellow, we have AgGe. We have AgGe here for GO.S.U. and GO.S.U. for United Emu Directorate. Of course, my fellow Australian, he had to play for United Emu Directorate. What choice does he have? So yes, it's going to be TBC here on Butter. So what do you want to say about these players? Return, go on.
First, I want to say I probably cast a curse the whole batch of games now.
Just saying it's interesting, yeah, it's like, okay, well.
No, I mean that I said that it's playoffs, so these seasoned veterans are hosting on top versus bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's true, you did do that.
So now rest of the games will be on melee. But in regards to the players, AgGe is a veteran of CPL.
Absolutely. Well, taking part in more than a few casts himself as well. Actually.
Yeah, that too, and is a regular when it comes to the team reveal streams, etc. And as anyone who has ever seen him play, it's always something spicy up his sleeve.
I saw one game in PvZ, he lost his entire main to Mutalisks, expanded to the other corner of the map and like won in a 40-minute game, so yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah, and we're getting your favorite build, it seems. No, he probably can't. Really?
No, he's doing it! Yes! My favorite player already. Sorry, GO.S.U. I guess I'm rooting against my team because he's doing the best build. He's doing the best build, what can I do? This isn't even a link-proof wall. Like, I have to be mad at GO.S.U. because this isn't even like a real wall. Although, look, knowing GO.S.U, I'm sure he knows what he's doing here. This isn't a mistake. Because I have to say, GO.S.U's rate of learning and improvement has been actually terrifying. He joined Tier 2 last season, but like, now he's like pretty much taking games with me in TBT.
He knocked me out of the Chat Star League.
There you go. Yeah, I'm sorry, GO.S.U, there's no way he's staying in Tier 1 for next season as well.
Yeah, he's insanely strong.
Yeah.
So now, knowing that AgGe is old school, the question is, will he go for a one-hatch lurker build?
Well,
or
he's still mining gas, right? So behind this, yeah, I think that's a pretty good follow-up, because like, you could literally just like, well, I hope I killed them with lings. If you don't kill them with lings, you're going to need something crazy behind that, right? Now, is SCV stay alive? Yeah. That's good. It is important to keep that alive in there.
He's removing drones of gas, so the question is this faking that he's actually going for one hatch lair?
I mean, he can still afford the lair right now. I guess he's just delaying. Now look at this, the bunker coming up. Like I said, I assume GO.S.U had a plan, although I'm not quite sure about this because the lings could just get in on the left quite easily. I guess that ACV is going to stay there. Obviously, it was pure skill, not RNG, that it finished building the depot at that exact spot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, now this does look pretty solid against only 6 lings. Oh, but he pulls it back. If these lings just run past...
Yeah, but you can, I don't think you can run past without losing at least 4 without...
There's only 2 marines in that bunker, steady on. This isn't a cannon. You're going to lose 2 at most, I bet. Because you can go straight up.
When speed finished, I think you can run past. But if he tried to run before...
Well, I would say...
Obviously he's waiting for speed.
If the SCVs were there, 100% Zerg shouldn't do it. But when the SCVs went, I think he should have done it. Not that he can probably see that, to be fair. He doesn't actually have the vision because lings have bad eyes, apparently. Okay, now, as you said, here goes with speed. And GO.S.U really not respecting that threat with his not wall. Well, he did lose 4, but that's with 4 marines in the bunker, so... I guess you protect everything.
I mean, but I was thinking losing 4 if he didn't have speed.
Oh, look at that micro. He loops around to hit the marines, SCVs. Again, GO.S.U really not respecting this at all. Not pulling any SCVs. Just like, nah, I got this. But he does not got this. Or does he? Yeah, he's fine. He's going to pull the SCVs later. He just wanted to mine a few more rounds. But this is a bit annoying now. A bit of damage going down. It's a bit unfortunate for AgGe he didn't just continue with the lings non-stop. Because that would have honestly resulted in a win here.
At home we have Hydra, then up.
Yeah, so it is the one hatch lurker. Oh, hitting that eBay.
I haven't seen that build in a good minute.
Yeah. But you have seen it.
I have seen it, yeah. It was a classic back in 2002.
It's a classic in 2017. I was dying to it enough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Zetsu seems pretty well set up here. CC got up. He still has a bunker at the front and a wall. He really needs to take these lings more seriously, though. 2 lings will kill everything. Okay, I guess 1 ling now. But they will kill everything eventually. Like, already so many rings are full, and that ling has 3 kills. Because you just not want to put in the cities to deal with it.
Forsaken one.
Yeah, right? No, it's Devouring one, it's called.
The nameless one.
Devouring one. It's Devouring.
Devouring one, yeah, Devouring one.
See, that's why I'm in B rank, because I know all the names of the hero units. They're going to demote you for that return.
Oh, snap. I'll have to study.
Look at that. Sees the Hydra's coming across. I think he had a pretty good idea anyway, because he knew it was 1 base at first. But now he really knows. Just going to come out here and build the bunkers. I believe 5 unupgraded Marines can take 2 Hydras pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
Well,
they can, but I'm not sure if they can kill eggs before they are finishing more.
Certainly not, but if you're morphing in front of a bunker, it's probably not going to go too well for you, I have to say.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dude, like, 10 Stim Marines couldn't kill 2 eggs. Those eggs are tough.
Yeah,
why don't Zerg put the armor from the eggs on something that's hatched? Imagine that.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
The eggling.
Yeah. Imagine like adrenalings with 25 armor.
Oh my god, it's only 10 armor to be fair, but god.
Yeah, but feels like 25
It's like Ultra's armor, feels like 25 armor. Okay, here we go. First Lurker runs up, the turret is up. Not even in range, bit of a misplay there by AgGe. See, there's no Marine range yet. What's coming up first? Hang on, let me select this thing.
I'm not sure if... You need Zerglings, I think, if you want to take down this turret. You can't take it down with just Lurkers.
Well, the problem is he has no economy, though, because he went 1 hatch Lurker.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. With no range, these Lurkers can just chew away. If you put all 3 in range, it'll be a lot trickier for the Terran, because you really need to put more SCVs to repair, but as it stands, only 1 Lurker hitting. I think Terran not too phased by this. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and get my stuff. I really want him to start Marine range, though. But this guy has no freaking gas.
Getting Hydra speed, so a Hydra Lurk transition?
What? Why?
I'm not sure. As Terran here, you want to get the Marine range before Stim, I guess?
I mean, I don't know about that. Depends what Zerg is doing, right? Because if Zerg is going for an all-out attack where they're suddenly going to run in with a bunch of stuff, Stim is instrumental, but if they are just, like, sniping like this, yeah, you're right. I mean, look, to be honest, the situation Zeski is in, you could probably go for either. Oops, I didn't mean to click on his name. You could probably go for either and be just fine. But
yeah.
Instead he's going for neither, so I don't know.
Prioritizing his gas into scans, which
I mean, okay, that's fair.
And factory.
I mean, I don't know about that. Factory before range here, I'm not so sure. Even before Stim, in fact, I think before Stim is very dicey, because what if Zerg could just build up like 4 more Lurkers here, and he's just planning to like run in and hit with everything? I think you're going to have a hard time holding that without Stim.
I'd probably cut the medics to get Stim out faster.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I mean,
either way, not the factory.
Medics.
We both agree not the factory, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Now, luckily for him, Zerg got Hydra speed and a bunch of Hydras which are not even here to attack. Actually, even if Zerg just had these Hydras here and attack, it looks pretty dicey without Stim, because you can't mass repair with these Lurkers there. SCVs will get obliterated.
Yeah, and Hydras can tank quite a bit still.
Even AgGe, repair. Okay. Even AgGe taking a 3rd base behind this, confusingly. So AgGe's play a bit all over the place. Seems like he didn't really have a very coherent plan coming into this. He was just kind of like, I guess I'll 9-pull speed, and then I'll go into Lurkers, and then Hydras, and a 3rd. And Zessy's kind of just sitting here repairing, like not really paying too much attention to AgGe's antics, to be honest.
Yeah, just playing solid.
Yeah, like build his bunkers, he's repairing them.
I mean, this is interesting because you'd expect that AgGe would follow this up with like Lurker drops.
I mean, that's an option. I don't think this always follows Zerg drops. Seems to me there's like 3 main options when Zerg does this. Either you get a bunch of Lurkerling and attack the front, you go straight for Defiler, or like you say, you go drops. There seem to be like the 3 main courses of action Zerg pursues here. But not doing any of those. Throwing the curveball with the Hydras.
Yeah, classic AgGe not doing what you expect.
I mean, I don't know that much about baseball, so I don't know if the metaphor works, but like their curveball is just going to be a ball because it's going to be away from the...
I mean, I guess a curveball is a ball that like changes directions and
Yeah. But it
not
could also miss
go
the target,
straight.
right? Oh, and look at that. Marine range finishes, and... Oh, he's not
Yeah.
even lifting them up. Loses them all. Oh, really sloppy by AgGe there. And I mean, it just goes to show Zeski's patience, I guess. He's even going to kill the Overlord. Wow.
Oh, yeah, this is not looking fantastic.
See, if it was me playing this game, I would have got Marine range right away. AgGe would have been ready for it. He wouldn't have lost a single lurker. So, like, Zeski knows what he's doing. I would love to see drops here, because drops is absolutely devastating against this, especially with this third base out. Now, there is a bunch of Hydro Lurk being made at home. But I mean, Zeski's taken up here. I expect to see a science facility soon. I'm wondering why we haven't already. Second eBay also very important here. If you're going against Hydro Lurk, bio upgrades are extremely important.
Yeah,
Especially...
I mean, a dropship. Or maybe that was what you meant. I was thinking that one like Overlord drop would be pretty good, since there's only like one turret.
True.
The turrets ain't covering each other.
Thing is, he needs speed though. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the problem.
you can't slow drop when there's turrets on the outer rim.
Well, I was going to say, the problem Zerg has is because they're so poor, they don't have upgrades. So if Terran just keeps that double eBay going, and again, there's the science study, I was going to say, I want to see it. If Terran gets those double upgrades going and stays ahead of an upgrade, it's going to be very tough for Zerg here, because the Hydras, they really need to be on good upgrades to actually fight. And, you know, having armor against that
AgGe is actually ahead in upgrades at the moment.
Oh, we see. What does he have done? Oh, he has +1 missile done. Okay, I didn't realize. But he's not researching anything else.
Yeah, need +2 is kind of like one of the break points to.
Yeah, and Terran will be able to start +2 right away here.
Yeah, and I mean, that's an insane amount of Marines.
Well, he scans the third. He scans the third. Zeski knows about it. I assume it's a prompt to move out. Now, this is kind of dicey, because you don't know if this hold lurkers anywhere at any point.
Yeah, and this uphill, up ramp position from AgGe here will be very,
Strong.
You won't be able to trade. You won't be able to trade efficiently.
Yeah. Well, you could say
maybe with tanks
is efficient then. The thing is, do you get siege mode? I mean, not that you need siege mode, but against the Hydras as well, it does help. If you could just siege in range and scan, Zerg would compel to retreat. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think if 3 tanks is the golden number to one-shot lurker.
Does it one-shot? Oh, with siege mode, yes, sorry. They meant in tank mode, and I'm like, what? The tank's that good?
Yeah, not a tank. Now we have Vessel out, and the 4th tank has spawned, so you can probably push.
Well, again, it really feels like Zeski wasn't paying attention to what AgGe was doing, because it's just a normal, like, you know, 3 tank vessel timing. I guess a 4th tank coming up here. And this is very hard to stop without Defilers, and I don't see any Defilers in AgGe's future. The Queen's Nest is not even finished, and this is what I was talking about. Zerg has to give up this position. They can't just stay here and get shelled. Man, that high ground miss chance, are you kidding me? Even the miss kills it in the end. Wow.
Yeah.
Already one of his lurkers down. AgGe needs to stop droning and bring the friggin' units. And there's a decent number of Hydras, but that's a lot of bio that Zeski's bringing. A lot of minerals banking up at home though. Keeping a force in case of drop. I think he rallied into his main, which I think is a good move in case suddenly sneaky lurkers come in. And look at this. What's really here? There's a sunken. Now, it's dangerous to try and go up that ramp. Oh, that placement of a colony.
Oh,
that Alpha drone tries but fails. Well, actually, that drone's doing his damage. Okay, no, he does.
Yeah, the body block there.
That is a great colony placement though. That almost like totally denied the Terran. Now the Zerg army's trying to counterattack during this. I don't know if that's the move. These bunkers are still fully loaded. I mean, Terran is going to get up here, however slowly and painfully. But I don't think this counterattack's going to do anything. Maybe
I mean, you can't kill this Terran force.
Yeah.
You need to do something.
Can't you though? If you attack with all that from behind, I'm not so sure he couldn't. If like while the Marines are trying to go up the ramp, he hits from behind, I think he could have done it. But now he's traded away everything. This buyer's coming up into this third. There's one lurker there, but the vessel is ready for that. He even has a D-Matrix if he wants it. But I mean, whoever needs that. Scans as well, so he can double detect it. Oh, the double damage dead lurker getting his revenge. But nonetheless, I think Zeski's going to easily take out this base. A lot of Hydras coming up.
Oh,
D-Matrix.
Yeah.
D-Matrix. No D-Matrix today. But the tanks will do the job. It doesn't even matter. Marine's pretty good.
I think this is a tough position.
Well, I mean, the base aside, AgGe's lost so much army trying to fight this and the counterattack. It's like, well, GG, well played, bro.
Always the manner.
AgGe gets in that one. Well, AgGe, he's trying to be a bit too on brand, if you ask me. He didn't come with a very good plan. He just came with a wacky plan, and it did not really work out, I have to say.
I mean, sometimes you must test the edges of sanity.
I guess. Well, I'm pleased to see my Australian teammate win. I'm going to go into game 2 here. I should try and reclaim the 111 lobby name, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I think it's free now.
Surely by now. Unless they've been playing fastest the whole time. Alright, going into game 2.
Maybe you're still in that one game.
Not very fast then, is it? In the top right, in the grey, we have Zeski. And the bottom left, in the blue, we have AgGe. Zeski currently up 1 game in this best of 3. He takes this map, it's a 2-0. You can see the team score there in the top left. UED got everything to fight for. Down 2 matches at this point in the cast. Of course, we don't really know what order these games are cast in. If I do recall, I think Zeski played this match before the deadline, but that's not really saying much. Look, for most Australians, the deadline's going to be pretty tricky anyway, so that's kind of predictable.
Yeah.
Top left bottom? No, it's still on top left bottom. These colours are terrible.
Yep. They are.
Light blue versus light grey.
Looks like we're getting an Atrax from Zeski.
Oh, is that so? Oh, not even doing it at the natural, doing it in the middle of the map. I mean, you can still float it back, but it is more dangerous, but also more deadly.
I think it's a bit daring after having gotten 9-pool speeded in the first game.
True, but that's the thing. You know AgGe's going to try and be unpredictable and mix it up, but that makes him predictable, you see.
Yeah.
So, he's not going for a pull here, it looks like. I mean, I guess he could still be getting the overpull, but I'd be surprised to see that. Now, will we see a gas here? I mean, I remember on the cast yesterday, people were saying, oh yes, Neblime loves to do 8 racks 1-on-1, and I'm like, do I? I've only done it sometimes, but I do like to see it. I want to see Zeski take the gas and throw it on the factory, because I think it's a pretty interesting way to play. You just put a lot of pressure on the Zerg here. Look at this, it is a hatch first. It is a hatch first. So, the game is on, the bunker rush is going to be going down. That was an interesting circling drone there.
Yeah. I guess if you open 9-pool in the first game and it doesn't work, it's reasonable to go for a 12 hatch in game 2.
And are you really going to go 9-pool on the 4-player map when you know you've got Eclipse as game 3 as well?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and Zeski defended so confidently, like I said, he kind of didn't even give it the respect it needed and kind of almost got punished. So, I mean,
yeah,
it seemed like Zeski didn't even really break a sweat about it, so I wouldn't be feeling good about it as AgGe. Now, we do have the 11 pool coming up, so still AgGe can totally defend this, but I don't see any Overlord looking out here. Where is the second Overlord? Wait, oh, it's going this way. Oh dear, so AgGe has no vision here now. You can sometimes give it away by sending the SCV in too close. Interesting that Zeksi keeps the Marines in the middle of the map. And Aridith has sent one of them to scout, because Zerg's going to know soon enough. But here he comes. Now, Zerg did not send a drone scout. Very greedy here.
Oh my.
And that might be his undoing, because he still has no idea. Not saving lava either. Now, I don't think you need 6 links to do all this, but it certainly helps. Alright, here comes the SCV and the Marines.
Yeah, AgGe is playing very greedily.
He sees it. Where is the drone pool? We need to see drones pulled right away. I'm not seeing any. AgGe not reacting. Okay, he's going to get a sunken. That's his choice. But the Marines is going to shoot it. So it's kind of like you got to pull something here. One drone not going to do it. You need to pull a lot of drones to stop this.
Yeah, I mean at this point you need to like start like 3 creep colonies at the same time.
Even so, is it enough? Although Zeski did lift the barracks. No, wait, no, he didn't. What am I saying? He's not rallying more Marines though. He's kind of out of position with the Marines. They're just rallying some squad.
Oh.
Keep that SCV alive. Oh no, that colony is in range of the bunker, isn't it? Oh, I guess not. I guess they're going to shoot the hatcheries. Surely that's in range. You can't tell me this is out of range, right?
It's in range.
They'll shoot it when it becomes a sunken, won't they?
Yeah, but I think Zeski will unload and start shooting at it.
Probably. Yeah, we certainly should. There you go. And I mean, he could just go back in against these lings. Oh my gosh, doing so much damage here. And yeah, that sunken's going to fall. I mean, get back in the bunker. Oh, almost lost one.
Oh.
Yeah, that sunken's so low already. I mean, he'll lose the SCVs, but I mean, he doesn't even need them that badly right now. Nice micro by the SCV. Oh, it does die. But I mean, so many lings have already fallen. Even if this hatchery survives, which I'm not sure it will. How do you deal with these 4 lings?
I'm not sure you can actually. I mean, you'll have to pull drones to support with
He
lings.
needed to pull drones before this went down. Now it's kind of too late. He's going to send more drones to try and build colonies, it looks like. No, he's going to attack. I don't know.
And behind this turn, it's getting an expansion up.
That's kind of crazy to get the expansion like that while this is going on. But he does have a bunker to defend. And look at that. These lings still die. The drones die as well. The bunker's about to burn down, but it doesn't matter because there's nothing else here. And those 5 Marines might just be able to kill that hatchery on their own, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to save this hatchery.
With what? With 6 lings? I mean, 5 Marines should be able to take that on. I mean, they're a little bit injured. Okay, more lings pop, but they're just getting gunned down as they come.
Yeah, I mean 4 links from the main.
No, that
they
hatchery's
won't
dead,
get
man.
time.
That hatchery is
Yeah.
dead. And these Marines might
And,
still win the fight. It looks like they probably will. Zesty microing a little. I mean, okay.
And 10 worker lead.
This is like quote-unquote winning. No one really won, but the Marines didn't just get cleaned up anyway, and they're still killing links, so I mean... Oh, the
And they
micro...
get home, maybe? No.
I don't think they're not making it home. They never make it home,
Nah.
but that's alright. He's already got 3 Marines in the bunker. The barracks only just lifting off now, which is a bit of a mistake. I think he could have lifted earlier, but nonetheless, 3 Marines will be fine for now.
He made with 3 Marines and then sent them home.
Zerg made a sunken in the main. Zerg has 7 drones right now. What are you going to do here? Lair started, so I guess we're going to see 1 hatch lurker again. But look at the worker lead. Terra just has so much here. eBay
Yeah, I
already
mean,
coming up.
I think it's YOLO time for AgGe here.
Yeah, I mean, Ling all in
like,
is always an option, right? But I guess he's going to go with Hydras this time. Or lurkers.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really Ling all in on 1 hatchery.
True. I mean,
So,
it's kind of tempting still because Terran's marine production has been so stymied. If he got link speed, I don't know. Maybe it would be in a go, but I guess it would be very tricky. We wouldn't have that much.
Yeah, and I mean, this SimCity from Terran is decent. I mean, you can just stack SCVs on the leftmost patch and then drill home, and
Yeah,
no links will get past there.
Yeah, you're right. It is a good setup here. Alright, well, Zesty going for the eBay and the Academy. It's kind of like he went CC first. He gets everything. And the lurker aspect is on the way. But, I mean, this time he's going to have the comp stats ready. He's presumably going to have Stim ready. He's going to have so much
SCVs coming in, seeing everything.
Oh, that's
Sees
huge.
the Hydra.
The Sunken might have killed it, but the Hydra gave it away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for AgGe. And see, look at this. Zesty just, I was going to say unburrows. He unloads, moves forward. He knows the drill. He defended it in game 1, so this isn't going to be too hard.
Yeah, so instantly makes two bunkers.
That's what you do. And yeah.
Clears up the Marines.
GG. AgGe realized there's nothing. That is a smooth 2-0 from Zesty. No trouble.
Yeah, it was a very strong showing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it reminded me of one of the games where Zesty killed me in the Star League.
Oh, did it look like that?
I was thinking in the last second that I'd spice it up, so I went for 3 hatch before pool, and in that game he did 8 racks.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's another point on the board for Emus. 7-6. This just stays closer and closer. Zesty says, I don't know why I decided 8 racks. Well, it worked out, huh? I don't think AgGe's really about the 4 pool. I'm not sure I've really seen him do that.
Me either. He likes either playing very economically greedy or doing low echo
like tech
stuff like
right?
Yeah, tech like in the first game.
Either way, it was a 2-0, so good job to Zesty. We're going to go into our final series for the night. G.O.S.U versus Sloth.
This will be interesting, I think.
Yes, so in the top right here, in the magenta, we have G.O.S.U. And the bottom right, in the teal, we have Sloth. Sloth here for Emus, G.O.S.U for GOSU. Now, is G.O.S.U the same as Jesse? Is it the same person?
Yes, it's the same person.
I thought it was. I thought I'd just check before saying all these things. So, yeah, G.O.S.U definitely a very interesting player, because she's played all 3 races, I think, at like tier 0 level.
Yeah.
And generally pretty intimidating. I would say known for like pretty efficient use of APM, among other things. So a very scary player to play against, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And her Terran versus Zerg is probably her strongest matchup. It's always been very, very scary. And the Sloth is the head of the Zerg tutorial translation group.
Yes. Very, very big contribution to the community there, for sure. Look, I just hope Sloth doesn't live up to his name in terms of how he plays, though. Like, if you want to play like that, you got to be Terran. You can't be playing like that as Zerg.
Yeah, slow and efficient.
Yeah, that's right. Well, sitting on your ass, I was thinking. Okay, look at this early SCV scout. Looks like Jess determined to block the 12 hatch here. Now, this is a play. I mean, it's kind of dubious if it's totally worth it for Terran at the end of the day. And if Zerg just went for a pull first, you're kind of just like, oh. But at the same time, scouting the pull first is kind of nice. So there's definitely a thing that can happen on 2-player maps. It looks like Sloth is indeed going for the hatch first. Gonna have a bit of a rude surprise when he comes out here and finds this SCV blocking. This is a real pain. think you just have to throw down the pool right away, right?
Yeah, definitely. You can. I mean, you can like use range to try.
That is very tricky though. Like if we're in freaking ASL, you can do that, but I mean here in CPL, I don't think you're gonna try to pull that off.
Yeah, it's hard. So generally, I think you go for like 12 pool, and as Sloth is doing here, 12 pool gas.
Is he gonna take this expansion? I think that would be a mistake. Oh, I don't know about that. How are you gonna defend your main now? This is the issue here. Terran just goes straight for like a 2-Rax Academy on one base, which it looks like it may be because we see a gas coming up here. It's going to be very tricky to deal with because you can't get Sunkens near this choke. And your Jess still has the scouting SCV. Now, will we see a factory or will we see an academy? That's what I want to know. Looks like it's going to be an academy. Nope, that's a depot. Okay, interesting. So it probably will be a factory.
I do like the 12 pool 12 hatch build on this map because of the close by air distance, and you get slightly faster mutas.
I'm still very worried about defending there, but with a 1-1-1 or whatever Jess is going to do here, it might be a bit safer, I suppose. I don't know. How do you stop a vulture from coming in and destroying everything, though? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not super fond of this expansion location for Sloth, but at the same time, you need the expansion. But I guess you can just bring a second drone.
Yeah, I think that would have been the play. If we had build the pool, bring a second drone, and just get it done as soon as you can. If we had a proper ramp, it might be a different story because then at least you can put lanes. Hydra? Oh.
Hydra then.
Okay, I mean, against 1-1-1, which I think is what Jess is going for here. Wait, is this even going to be 1-1-1? Is this going to be 2-port Wraith? Look at the gas!
Yeah.
Fantasy build? Oh my god, this is kind of wild right now. You don't see this kind of thing in the CPL match, to be honest, because it's pretty fragile, very technical, and often not successful, I have to say. So I'm very intrigued to see what Jess is going to do here. It looks like it's going to be double port.
Yeah, the free SCVs on gas looks like double port.
Well, it could still be fantasy build, we don't know. Although the factory's kind of late. Now that excuse me, they could get in? I think they could get in there. I think Sloth bracked off preemptively. Because it looks like they can go under the barracks and then to the right, which actually is kind of terrifying. Okay, we don't see any machine shops, so... Only one port, though. So I still don't know what we're going to see here. Hydras are going to be perfect against this.
Yeah. And, I mean, I like the idea of going for Lurker against Wall in general.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But, and you know, if your opponent's going for 2-port Wraith or whatever they're doing in here, Hydra's going to be fine. Any one base gas build. Wow. Oh, he doesn't even bother to kill it. Sorry, she doesn't even bother to kill it. Just lets it go in. So Sloth going to see everything. Are we going to see the starport? Is there a second starport? Well, it looks like it's about to be. I don't know if Sloth actually saw that. I didn't catch it in time. What's
Engineering bay.
Okay. Yeah, now I don't even know what Jess is doing because there's no machine shop, and with fantasy build you tend to get vulture speed. I mean, I think it's still going to be a drop. I don't see what else is going to be here. Well, there's a Wraith coming. Maybe it's just an unoptimized 1-1-1. In which case, I'm kind of worried for Jess here. A bunch of Hydras could probably destroy this pretty easy. Now, Zerg's drones are very limited, but I think they have what they need, really, to hold.
I'm not super fond of the barracks still being lifted up. Okay, so it's moving into.
I mean, you have to kind of get it back into a proper production position eventually, right? Because with 1-1-1, you have to go by. You cannot go 1-1 until the Lurkers! They're invisible! Nobody saw them! Oh my gosh. Oh my god, these Marines. Oh, they see them, they see them! But what do you do? Okay, you know they're there. Saw them. But now what?
Bunker is going up.
I don't think that's going to do you much good, to be honest. I'm not. I think they can just run past it. I mean, okay, you can body block maybe. There's no way you're killing these X, that's for sure. A couple more Hydras coming up. And yeah, this force is terrible damage. Oh, this Wraith though. This Wraith can start doing work. There's no Hydras at home. So, I mean, Sloth going to try and get something done here. Need to just run past that
bunker. Gets up.
I think...
I'm not sure if you can run past.
I think you can. I think you can, especially if these Vultures die. It'd be tricky, but I think you can. Lurkers move pretty fast, man.
Yeah, and with 2 Hydras to take soak up shots.
Oh, the Wraith died. Look, if he just brings all his forces, this bunker doesn't even look that strong anyway. There's only 2 freaking Marines in there. Okay, looks like the ones from the main are coming. Now it's a bit of a different story. Look how many Hydras are at home. The Wraith got taken out, so this defense is kind of unnecessary. Maybe another one could be built, but no, it's going to be vessels. Wow, this is a wild game, honestly. And it's all thanks to Jess going for this weird stuff. Zerg probably wanted a normal game. But honestly, Sloth kind of screwing up here, not putting the pressure on the lurkers. Like we saw last series, you can outrange these bunkers before Marine Range is done, and Marine Range is not on the horizon, but a tank is out now. Sloth really missed the opportunity to attack. Huh? Slow drops? Oh. Maybe. Well, hang on. Wait, that's a freaking covert ops. Yeah, what the... I didn't know what you were saying. I didn't even understand what you were saying, because those are not words I expect to come out of your mouth. Oh my god. Are we watching Barisu right now? What is going on? Look, I cast a Barisu game and there's nukes. It's like a normal Tuesday, but... Jess? Tier 1? What is going on right now?
I mean, I know Jess likes nukes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But this is a very fast cover drops.
Well, yeah, what are you even going to do here? Okay, Zerg doesn't have overlord speed, right?
Before Academy. Okay, Academy starting now.
These lurkers are going to get absolutely crushed by this tank. Oh no, Sloth! Losing their units, needs to pull back. Okay, does pull back there. And the thing is, Terran does have a vessel out. I mean, a Terran is inclined to push, which without Stim and Medics I would not probably recommend. But Zerg really doesn't have anything right now. Zerg trying to drone up a little has just like a real handful of Hydras.
I mean, Sloth must be wondering what's going on at this point. Now the vessel is out, so the lurker threat is over.
The nuclear silo is coming up. Oh my god, it's happening again.
who needs a scan when you got this fast?
Right,
vessel?
if you know lurkers are there, just nuke them. Don't even scan them. Okay, killing their own bunker. Jeff's gonna come out here. I mean, against 2 lurkers only, I think this is fine. Now, I mean, Sloth still does have a superior economy now that some drones are up.
Spire is going out.
I mean, mutas are probably going to be pretty good here. Again, without Stim and Medics, there's no Goliaths or Goliath range. There is a vessel, but I mean, Irradiate is not actually enough on its own. You need something to be fighting back as well. I didn't see if Irradiate got researched, but I assume it did by now.
Irradiate is researching now.
Oh,
it's about
that's what I get for not having the production tag up. I'm just trying to bring some mystery into this game. Okay.
Like there isn't enough mystery.
Right? What's going on in this game? Okay, so nukes are one thing. What about the ghosts themselves? I mean, if you can cloak and Zerg doesn't have overlord speed, it seems kind of interesting.
The eye upgrade, I guess it's sight range for ghosts.
Yeah, it's what's it called? Something ocular. I don't even. Yeah, the sight range for ghosts. Well, very important for nukes, of course.
Yeah, it extends for nuke range.
If only it gave them attack range.
But I do remember in a practice game with Jess, I had my standard 4 base setup with defilers and lurkers at my 3rd, 4th base. And I was expecting drops, and then nuke landed on my swarm.
Well, I mean, that's one thing. Look, if you're in like a late game scenario with swarm, nukes are one thing, but what the hell is this? We're in like a weird situation where Zerg had took this natural and like you went 1-1-1. That's totally offbeat. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, the mutas though, and this is the thing, there's no real answer to this. You can come and irradiate, but again, I feel like there's a lot of Sloth like splits, but then again, that's a lot of energy, I don't know.
Yeah, two irradiates.
Split,
bottom 1 too.
Okay, nice. Does split them off well enough.
Oh, that was some sick irradiates.
Oh, stop. Okay, but now what do you do? Because you can still just harass this location.
Yeah, but I mean, they're all in the red.
Is that cloak researching? No, it's still the thing. Man, it takes a long time. Is there a 3rd irradiate? Uh-oh, actually a 3rd irradiate could kill them real quick. Uh-oh. But it is hitting the SCVs. Oh no, it's totally worth it. Oh my god. Sloth gives the GG. Not really wanting to fight after losing all that investment. I guess we don't get to see the nukes, but that was a big loss for Zerg there.
Oh my.
Yeah. I don't even know. We thought AgGe was the crazy player, but it's freaking ocular implants, is it, NCX? Okay. Thanks for the update. What did we just watch? That's my reaction too. I don't even know what to say about that, brother. Yeah, I just like, and it just ended like that. Well, here was me saying, no, already it's not enough on its own, and you know, Jess is just like, oh really? Let me show you.
Hold my green cloud.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're going really hardcore 2H muta and you're absolutely dedicated, you actually set up 3 control groups to split ahead of time. But
yeah,
that game is just so chaotic.
Sloth had a lot of Hydras, probably also hot kids.
Yes, of course. Well, look, even if you're going muta only, that's like a very weird thing to be prepared for, to be honest. Okay, we're going into game 2 here. Sorry, you go?
Yeah, that first irradiate, like hitting the bottom muta, That was like pro level.
Yeah. Anyway, in the top left, we have Jess in the yellow, currently up 1 game. In the bottom right, in the teal, once again, we have Sloth. 1-0 for Jess. If Jess can take this map, that's a 2-0, and that puts GO.S.U 2 games ahead once again. We'll see what happens here. Cross positions on Goodnight. Will we see the weird 1-1-1 into Ghosts again? I kind of want it.
I kind of want to see the nukes.
Look, I've had my wish, and I've seen plenty of nukes in CPL now. Mind Control's still on the bucket list, by the way. But that aside, I want to see Ghosts used as like an army. Never mind as like nukers. Just make them work.
Like 10 ghosts, just like countering Mutalisks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'd win that fight if Zerg has detection, but it'd be interesting.
Maybe next season we will have like a bounty list, and
right.
like you gain 1 extra point.
Yeah. If you fulfill Neblime's casting request, that'd be perfect. We should totally do that. Do it for finals. Look, I'm thinking about Ghost versus Mutalisk, right? And one advantage the Ghosts have compared to Marines, they have a lot more range, so the Mutalisks can't hit with impunity, but at the same time, they have no stim, so they just kind of die.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like Goliath. If you're going in with Mutalisks and you get in range, you need to kind of fight because you'll take so many free shots.
But at the same time, Goliaths just do way more damage, so...
Was that an 11 hatch from Sloth?
Yes, it was, indeed. So I don't know if this is just a safety measure or going for lings here. We'll see, because you can go into a ling or ling with 3 hatch with this, yes?
Yeah, I mean, yes. You only need 3 drones per 3 drones on minerals per hatchery to make constant.
I mean, look at that gas timing. It could be a speedling attack here on 2 hatch or 3, I suppose. Probably 2 hatch with this gas timing.
It's possible, but it's still hatch pool gas. So I think it's just like to be safer against an 8 tracks.
Okay.
Thinking that maybe anything can happen after last game.
I mean, is this be a faster layer as well?
Yeah, maybe. Like a few seconds earlier.
Okay. I mean, a few seconds could matter if turrets are trying to get up or something.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't like look on the clock exactly when the gas was taken.
I mean, I would like to see a big ling attack, although that said, Jess is not taking gas. I was thinking about last game, and like, if any time your opponent's getting too fancy and you're playing Zerg, you just make a lot of lings, you can probably do something about that. But this time, I mean, Jess just going for the expansion, playing totally normally so far. Although, single SCV scout, very greedy in my books. You really got to send that double scout if you don't get punished by 9 pool.
I mean, the second SCV is hanging around to maybe so you can like cancel the command center. And
okay, but then you've got 2 SCVs. The 6 slings are going to run up the ramp and kill you. I'm sure. This is a circuit breakers ramp. This is not your fighting spirit ramp. This is big. By the way, that layer is pretty fast. I would say it's probably like 8 seconds earlier or so than it otherwise would be. So I don't know if the plan just here is to go for a really sharp meter timing or what's going on.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not totally up to date with this build in the server system.
I gotta say, I'm not either, really.
I'm still a 12 hatch boy.
The future. In the year 2064, you know, you get 6 hatch and 4 pool and so on.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool new meta shifts in this matchup.
Yeah, it's crazy how much stuff is still developing. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 1 year to the
new 4 hatch before Mutas build.
Yeah.
I've only seen it like once or twice.
Well, something I've seen on ladder a lot recently is Zergs going for a lot of Hydras, not even Hydra Lurker. A lot of the time we see like a normal 2H meter opening, they just go into like almost pure Hydra, which I'm still not even convinced is even good, but it's something that keeps happening, so I don't know, someone's exploring it. I don't know if some pro is leading the way with that or what.
Yeah, I know it was like being a bit of meta shifter on Eclipse in particular.
Zerg really didn't want that SCV to get in, but it just goes straight in anyway.
Yeah, the 15, the red HP hero getting home in the mecha suit.
That's not the one I meant the one going into the Zerg base.
Okay, so we get the Rax Academy eBay before second Rax.
I mean, yeah, if you can get away with it, it's good, but the problem is it is a very fast spire, so I don't know if Terran really should be doing this. Excuse me. I mean, the thing is, if you don't intend to attack, I guess it's okay. You're just going to defend with your turrets. It should be okay. But at the same time, wouldn't it be better to have the Marines and Medics and the option to move out? Because, I mean, that's a modern meta concept, as we've seen. It's always better to be on the map, having the Mutas fight your bio, rather than trying to defend your base with your bio. Because the Mutas can always find an angle to do damage.
Yeah. At the same time, since it's cross position, you don't expect like an overlord to be watching your marines. So
True.
like doing a like fake move out to force Sunkens, you won't be able to like reach Zerg base before mutas are out.
Okay, but what about like a real move out that they don't see if you're sneaky? Like if you
Yeah,
can say go to the right or something.
It's true.
I mean, but honestly, when I said that, I wasn't even thinking about a stim timing. I was thinking more about in the immediate, like after mutas are out. You know, once your turrets are ready. Like, because the move out's going to have a lot less marines now. Like, there's only like what 8 marines here, so going to take a little while before there's really enough to contest this mutalist. Now that said, the +1 is going to be very strong when it hits, but it's not going to hit for a while. So we'll see what Terran's plan is here. Marine range is not started, unfortunately. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, you need marine. Burrow is being researched.
Interesting. I'm sure I like it at this period in the game. Let's see what happens with it. Again, marine range, you gotta get that. Turrets up here, I don't think Zerg gonna get anything done. Interesting base layout, but I think it works. It's kind of like a hollow shell of turrets, and if Zerg goes in anywhere, they're gonna be stuck and probably get eliminated, so it works.
Yeah.
And yeah, Terran's got enough buy to defend. But look at this third going up in a very timely manner. That's what Sloth opted to do with the kind of map control they've got here. Interesting choice taking this one to the top right, because it really is kind of closer to Terran to push. When you have these orthogonal bases like 6 and 3, which are perfectly good with their single ramp, obviously this, if you're going to go for a Defiler play, you can get your fourth a bit easier, but I still like these single ramp bases on the side, to be honest.
Yeah, I think in cross position you'd probably prefer to take the main over like natural as Zerg for your third.
Yeah, of course.
But I do remember I was in talk with a Zerg friend of mine who said that vertical compared to horizontal is like an optical illusion. That actually vertical is closer rush distance. By air and by ground than vertical.
So is it a matter of the Mutalisk being?
Oh, I meant the other way around. That horizontal is longer.
Yes.
Than vertical.
No, that's what you said. You said vertical is closer, and
oh yeah,
that's what you said. By the way, Sloth got a lot of Mutalisks here. 11 Mutalisks out, bunch of slow Lings out. The Ling speed is on the way though, so looks like Sloth gonna try and take a fight in the middle of the map with Ling Muta here. Ooh, hitting those turrets. Sloth really intent on getting something done here, but all the bio is here.
Yeah, you don't want to take a lot of volleys within range of all those marines.
Yeah, that was actually a bit of a mismarker there. I thought Sloth would be able to get some hits off the edge of the cliff, but unfortunately missed both shots, so took a lot of damage and lost a Muta and has to retreat. Nothing sure for it. That said, this third is still up. As long as this third is up, I mean, I can't say Zerg's doing too badly. I mean, I guess you might as well get the Queen's.
This is great timing.
Yeah, you might as well get it at the third, right? Because if it dies, you don't really care once your hive starts.
Yeah, and you don't want to like lose your saturation at your nut, and
Man,
you want to make like units.
The modern meta or something, but this is like the most typical TVZ game from like 2016. I guess except that it started with 2-hatch. You know, Zerg just going to get their bases, get their lurkers, right? Where are the Hydras? No, I guess not yet. Okay, it's not the most typical game until Zerg's like walking Hydras to the third and morphing on the ramp. And Terran with their 3-tank push.
Yeah. Yeah, no lurkers on the ramp is the biggest deviation.
Jess playing a very defensive style, but I feel like Sloth kind of playing into her hands, making these Lings, and kind of like wanting to take a fight, I feel like, with the amount of mutas that got made. But nonetheless, with the third still up, I feel like it's still good. And like you said, the hive timing was good. Getting some harass done here as well. And this is kind of the issue, right? You can't really make enough turrets to really deal with this. And like, the base is kind of cramped, so you kind of have to accept some damage here. And
yeah, this is a very nice area to mute harass.
Yeah. Although, I gotta say, Sloth's micro being a bit shaky, not hitting all the shots they should be, and like not darting in and out at max speed. Still, that was definitely well worth it. That was good value there.
Yeah. If you can, if Sloth can snipe this tank here, no, it's
in a pretty defended location. This is the problem. It looks like you can dive in there, but really you're going to get hit by turrets from every single side. And if you go to like where the science facility is, you are never getting out. The Marines will just kill you.
Yeah, that's a dead zone.
Yeah. But yeah, this goes to show why Terrans typically like to just have the bio on the map, because you won't have that kind of thing happening to you. That's it's not like G.O.S.U is taking a lot of damage. It's just that, you know, just a little bit here and there, and the mutas didn't even die. Like, they're still at large, so, you know, so exceeding value over time.
Isn't this a really fast +2/+1 timing?
Yes, it is. That is so fast. Or is it? It's going to be so slow if this dies. Again,
sniping in eBay is very high value.
Okay, yeah, this is not going to live. Irradiate?
Oh.
Just pull that one out.
No.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
Pulled it out easily
split.
this time. It's still on the hotkey though. Just fly into the turrets. Okay, there you go. And kills the +2 eBay. That's really important. Now there's a few lurkers here. They need to burrow. Where is the defilers? The mound is done. No sunkets here. Sloth not paying attention, but there's a lot of Ling Muto going to hit from behind. Going to at least buy a little bit of time. Take out a tank as well. And that's the only tank of this force actually, so that might be enough for those lurkers. If Zerg brings all these lurkers forward...
No, don't run lurkers.
No, this is the play, this is the play. Look, the Muto's coming from the back, hitting on all sides at once. That was the play, man. Have some faith. Zerg crushes this Terran force.
Yeah, that was... I thought a lot of lurkers would die moving down, but I didn't see that the full Mutiling army was engaging.
Why did the Mutalists leave? Where'd they go? Did they all die? I lost them.
No, they are at the natural. It's 6 left.
Where?
They are at the ramp, the plateau outside of the natural.
Who's natural? I cannot find
them. Sloth's natural.
Oh, there. Oh gosh, I was looking for them for so long. I was wondering why these vessels are just running around with impunity when there's like 3 Marines to defend them. Well, here we go. The Muto's going to clean this up now, it looks like. Yeah, and these vessels better beware. You don't want to lose those. Not the best micro again from Sloth. Not getting that landing shot to move. Okay, here we go. Now these vessels are in trouble.
No energy. Oh, energy for 1.
Well, it doesn't really matter because it stopped to cast it. So yeah, nice moves by Sloth, looking very strong right now. And the Defiler Man is done. I'm still yet to see any Defilers though, and honestly, Sloth's macro falling apart during all these macro fights. Look at how much money Sloth has, but Jess as well. Both players really struggling to keep up here.
Would need like 3 at least macro hatcheries at.
Well, absolutely. By this point in the game, you should have at least 1 in your main, right? There's no way you're going to get by without that.
1 in the main and 2 at the third, I think.
Well, if there was a Defiler around, at least you take this 4th as well, and that's another hatchery you can use, so, yeah.
Double expanding.
Yeah, I don't dislike this, but I feel like if Sloth had the Defilers out, this would be a bad move. It's just that Sloth doesn't. And there's no real reason for that, you know, it's just that they haven't been able to keep up with that. Look at this anti-drop defense is probably very smart. You don't want that to happen at this point in the game when you know you're in a pretty good position.
Yeah, but just this base in particular has Mutalisks covering for anti-dropship.
Where are the Niduses? Where are the Defilers? Sloth got this hive, but it's like they're still playing on layer tech, and this kind of army is difficult to deal with without Darksworn.
Plague being at 60% researched at the time of the first Defiler hatching.
Yeah, that ain't good. Well, that drone's gonna survive somehow. I can't believe it got away. Okay, well, if Terran can deal with these tanks, there's plenty of lurkers, but can Terran... I'm sorry, Zerg can deal with these tanks. Terran trying not to deal with the tanks.
Yeah, I mean, no swarm means that they're very... And 6 Mutalisks.
Well, Vessel Tank Marine, you need swarm to deal with this kind of army, right? There's no way you're gonna do it unless you have a really good engage with heaps of lurkers. If we're playing in like 2002 or something, but...
1 Defiler eating up a drone.
I mean, it's something. Quick, they're almost gonna die. Go. What's it waiting for?
Oh, the swarm.
We're good. They can try and run past, but that will not go well when we sunk in the circle.
Plague is finished. I think getting it in...
Okay, that was actually a disaster for Terran that they still tried to attack with all that. That's actually really painful losing all that bio. But that said, the CCs are done, and Zerg's still not spending their money whatsoever. No Defilers the natural too.
Even a 4th CC, so Terran will double expand instead of Zerg in this scenario.
Right, and Zerg really needs to be taking a 4th. Oh, these
Mutalisks.
Yeah, they weren't worth much anyway at this point, to be honest. That's okay.
I think, I mean, sure, Terran took a lot of damage getting up the ramp here, but at least now there are some presence on the high ground.
Well, the thing is, I think Terran is just winning by brute force mechanics here, just making more stuff and being more present in these engagements. It's like Sloth strategically has been playing fine, even had good engagements, but just look at the money in the bank. They just don't have the APM to get the Nidus, to get all these Defilers up. It's just like there's too much to do, it seems like.
Yeah, the hive timing was perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That's why this is so kind of disappointing.
Yeah, the fallout of the hive tech was not optimal.
Yes. And
now
even
we
Terran
get the
could bust the
Nidus.
top now. Oh my god, the triple Defiler. I hate it when I do that. Wait, is that a Nidus? Oh, I thought that's a Spore apparently.
Yeah, but a Spore makes sense. You have Plague, so you can
play.
Plague.
When you're about to die, I don't know if it's the time. And look at this. The Dark Swarm in the weirdest location, trying to pick off that little bit as Terran works his way into this third base main. Okay, Swarm going down at the Zerg Natural as well. Zerg might be able to push back here.
That's so many defilers at Sloth's the third.
Right? They need to consume each other and plague or something. A plague GO.S.U pretty sick on that army. They need to do something. There's a Swarm available as Terran's working their in here. At the Zerg Natural, Swarm is doing work.
Lurkers on precision. Oh.
Sloth GG's realizing that this Marines...
They're dropping the main.
Oh, I didn't even see. Oh, gosh. G.O.S was everywhere. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, look, Zerg was on the ropes there for sure. So,
yeah.
G.O.S knocks Sloth out 2-0. That's going to be our final game for tonight. So what's that bring the final score to? 8-6 for GO.S.U. I'm sad to say. I'm sure you're pleased.
Yeah.
But damn, G.O.S looks strong just by pure mechanics, and you know, not great engagements, I have to say, at any point really, but just made a lot of stuff and was able to use it, whereas Zerg really struggled to keep up at all there.
Yeah.
Alright, well as mentioned, that's going to be it for us tonight. I was Neblime, thanks for joining me, Return.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we'll continue more Match of the Week playoffs cast tomorrow. It's not going to be me, but there will be someone there, so make sure to tune in. NCX, why is it like GG then followed by like censored swear word? Alright, see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in.
Yes, thanks everyone for tuning in, and